Okay, getting the first pick.
Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the
Void Kid putting on a clinic. Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Overwatch Tranquility here in our event week. Tuesday night, you know what that means. It is time for the Widowmaker 1v1s. It's one of our most popular events every season, and we're hoping it's going to be no different here in Season 6. Some of you might not have seen my face before. I'm normally the one behind the scenes a little bit doing some of the production, of which tonight we have Laggy going to be doing as our producer. But my name is Booth. I'm going to be rocking the suit jacket you probably can't see because the lighting in my room is terrible. Will my cat jump up on the keyboard behind me? You will find out. That's why I'm leaving the view open. But I am joined by my good friend Needle tonight, who's going to be casting alongside me for these Widowmaker 1v1s. Now, Needle, you were able to cast this last season, correct?
Yeah, I was. It was really fun, honestly. I really do love the Widowmaker 1v1 part of the event week. I think it's the best event of them all. No bias. I did cast it last season, but it is just it is really, really, really entertaining to watch the best hit scan prowess and some off rollers mess around on the Widowmaker and display their skills on the hit scan.
Yeah, I mean, once we start getting into the brackets and going through, definitely some off-rollers that have kind of made it through in some places we maybe didn't expect. We have our Harmony tier bracket up for you at the moment. We're going to have our first match tonight in the Harmony tier between Gecko and Magic Otter of Voop and Void, respectively. And then we have as well our Discord and Transcendence tiers that will be following. But our first match, of course, going to be there. But real quick before we get in, this is event week. This is charity week. We are here for Rise Above the Disorder. That's the charity that we, as part of the Tranquility community, will be helping to support this week. You can do !donate or !charity in the chat if you would like to have any more features or help support our fantastic cause. But you're going to have to wait just a little bit because we are going to be getting into game, and right off the bat, Gecko versus, on paper here we have it as Magic Otter, but I believe Louise just has has a little bit of a different name there, and we are already in there, Miguel.
Yes, we are, Booth, and it appears both Widowmakers are playing pretty passively so far, taking angles from across all of Castillo. One Widowmaker, Louise, opting to be in Sombra's little alleyway. Gecko looking to be a little bit more aggressive here.
30 seconds remaining.
Real quick before we go any further, I have just been alerted that we had a massive $200 donation from Anguish. Anguish, thank you so much for your support here for Rise Above the Disorder. Our highest donation so far. Everybody, please give Anguish a thank you in the chat. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Anguish. We are going to be returning back to lobby real quickly before we go any further. I think we might have a little bit of mishap in our lobby there real quick, but while we're waiting for that, I'll get back against to Rise Above the Disorder. For any of you that are unfamiliar with the organization, Rise Above the Disorder is a non-profit group that's dedicated to making mental health care accessible to everybody, everywhere. Their goal is to create and sustain a universal mental health care system that is open to everyone. So far, they've managed to help give mental health care to over 36,000 people to help overcome their mental disorders. And in the process of me saying this, we get another massive donation from King Crimson, $225 towards the cause, bringing us above $2,000. We are at $2,043. I am absolutely blown away from the support, everybody. Thank you so much, King Crimson and Anguish, for your donations tonight. I mean, what else is there to say? $2,000 by Tuesday, everyone. This is absolutely amazing. Give some thank yous in the chat, everybody, please.
Wow, that really is an amazing start. Over $400, and we just went live.
Just went live with the wrong 1v1 even at that. Wait till we get the real ones up for you. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you all so much. And we also have to give a quick shout out over to Artemis and Laggy, our producer tonight, gave some donations in the previous broadcast that we didn't get to see before we went live. So I am just, again, just blown away, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for your donations and your continuing support for everything. But as we're getting back into it, we are back into our match here. Gecko against Magic, and Magic going up 1-0 early on here in this 1v1 battle.
Yes, indeed. And this one going a little bit faster than the mismatch that we had initially. But, a spawn kill win there for Gecko, tying it up.
Yeah, speaking of going faster, 1-1, my goodness, already playing those door angles. Those are really going to be the fun thing to see all night. You know, how many times are you going to fall to it?
Yeah, true. It's the battle of the ping, but also the battle of the reaction times. You know, kind of all adds up there. The battle of the door peaks.
Well, no door peaks going down here in our third round. Gecko and Magic seeming to know where each other are here. Trying to get those hook shots, trying to see who's going to fall through the angle first. Magic doing a good job of bouncing back and forth, but Gecko ready for it on the side with the headshot, going up 2-1.
Yeah, very, very sneaky from Gecko. Knew where Magic was, decided to hide a little bit, get a new angle, but still knowing where Magic was, got the angle down, and got the headshot kill.
There it is, looking for that door peek again. Wasn't able to find it, but now both Widowmakers on the high ground, dueling it out here, aiming for the headshots, using the little cover they can, and Gecko, even though they have more of the cover, ends up falling there on the side. And oh my god! Anguish! Anguish with a $400 donation. What is going on tonight? I'm just speechless. I'm just speechless. Anguish, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, we're already up to $2,443 for Rise Above the Disorder. Anguish with $600 worth of donations in the past 20 minutes. From the bottom of all of our hearts here, we can't even begin to express how thankful we are with all the donations we have. This is such an amazing charity. Thank you everybody that's supported so far, and we're just Needle take over. I don't know.
Well, I'm just as stunned as you, Booth. I am just as stunned as you. Is that $1,000 within half an hour?
Within half an hour.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of money for an amazing cause. Yeah, you love to see it.
Oh, you do. I think these two Widowmakers have to have a little bit, like, you know, some bragging rights compared to everybody else so far. Like, yeah, our match raised $1,000. Not a big deal.
True. But a good match we have here. You know, a little bit overshadowed by the very generous donations so far. But back and forth match here from Gecko and Magic Otter. Currently 4-3 in Gecko's favor. Match points.
It is, and Gecko looking, almost getting picked off there with that hook shot there from Magic, and it's really been neck and neck the whole time. Both Widowmakers scoping in, and Magic tying it up 4-4. We're going to that fifth map to see who is going to take it here on round 9, and this has been a great one to start with so far.
It definitely is. Always love the close matches, especially in quarterfinals, because, you know, I mean, it just means that we're going to have more close matches later on. You know, the more close matches, the better, I think.
It is, and Magic going for that jump shot takes some damage there from Gecko. Gecko full health, but it doesn't matter. Gecko goes down at the end, and Magic with an impressive victory out of these two. And if we have anything in store tonight that we have seen so far, this is going to be one heck of an evening.
Yeah, definitely a killer start, both in the donations and in the Widowmaker 1v1s themselves. Make sure you use !donate in the chat to donate yourself if you are able to. You can get some information on Rise Above the Disorder there as well. We want to raise, I believe the goal is $3,500, Booth, so far?
That is correct.
And we're already almost there.
We're doing quite well for it so far. Thank you over to Juice Overwatch for the $20 donation, telling us, just wanted to donate to tell Bard and Mechanize that I'm going to get clapped in the 1v1. Sorry, gang. No sorry indeed. Thank you for your donation there, Juice. Wish you the best in your game there. But we're going to be moving on to our Discord tier now. For our next map, we're going to have Canlises going up against Canlises of NYAA, as we say nya on the podcast, versus Jula of Mob Mentality. And going in, looking for those door shots already. Canlis going for that peak shot, not able to get any connection yet. We do have the golden Widowmaker gun there. I don't believe we had that in our last match, but a double golden Widowmaker guns there. Rocking the same skin too. Very, you don't see that all the time.
Yeah, you really don't. And it's the new skin as well, the new Widow skin that came out in the most recent Lunar New Year event. Very pretty skin, I think.
I agree. I like the trims that have on the gold there. And speaking of trims, Canlis is losing their head there at the end of that one. The headshot kill going in, putting Jula up 1-0.
Yeah, so far the Widowmakers in the last match and this one have usually played like a bit at range. I'm surprised no Widowmaker has gone for the close-up playstyle yet. That's my favorite, Booth, is when... Oh, okay. Very fast kill there from Jula. I really love when Widowmakers like go in each other's faces and just spam shots, because it is the absolute antithesis of what a Widowmaker 1v1 is, but it's very entertaining to watch.
Oh, definitely. Those are always my favorite as well. We'll get those here eventually, but still going for the long approach here so far. Canlis going to give up that high ground there, holding on to. Took a couple of shots in the process, none landing here. Jula now using that grapple, getting to the other side of the high ground. Both these Widowmakers dueling it out, and Canlis is picking up the kill there, bringing it now 1-2. And these guys are clicking heads here pretty well. I mean, normally you expect them to kind of get a little frustrated after you miss a few. Then you kind of just dive bomb the other Widowmaker there, get all close and personal. But as you were saying, Needle, none of that so far.
Yep. Nice long-range battles with really good accuracy so far. Canlis is notably not going for the high ground, but as he showed in the last round, he doesn't really need it. Oh, except that time, though.
Except for that time, they needed it. 3-1 here now for Jula in the process. Really seeming to like that. I guess for them, that would be the left side of the map, that little high ground spot. They're going back to it almost right away now, playing underneath the bridge at the moment, but going to expect some kind of grappling hook here in a little bit. Canlis still playing up there on the high ground now this time instead of the low ground. The close angles for the two Widowmakers there playing through in that right little room. Nothing able to connect yet as both fall now onto the low ground. And now we're getting a little more close and personal. Canlis kind of coming up a lot closer there with that last grapple.
Yeah, definitely are getting really aggressive, the both of them. Switching sides, and Jula gets the better of Canlis there.
Yeah, very good shot there. That high ground, again, coming important for them. Canlis is having a little bit of trouble whenever they're on the low ground, so it seems. But they need to turn it around here. 1-4, both Widowmakers going out the right side. Ooh, both taking some pretty close shots at each other. Not able to connect. Canlis is down to 6 HP, and the quick follow-up is there. Jula wins 5-1 there on our second match there. Our first in the Discord tier, and Jula will be moving on towards the semifinals now against the winner of our second Discord game that's going to be coming here in just a few more minutes.
Yep, definitely a great performance there from Jula. 5-1 win is pretty dominant overall, just the pretty large gap in the scoreline. Not to discredit Canlis, though. Canlis, though, still hit a really good shot and almost got a shot there in the last round against Jula. Almost turned it back. But Jula held it down. He hit the almost charged shot in the last round, and he finished him off too. So I think he's got the nerves of steel. Is what he showed so far in his first round. Excited to see him going forward.
Yeah, I am as well. That's a pretty good victory size margin. A pretty good victory margin, as you said earlier there, Needle. Well, now we're moving over to the Transcendence tier. We have the Kraken from Praxis going against Tatsuke from Ember. Tatsuke winning 5-0 in the first round there. So a pretty dominant win for them already as they move here into round 2. Of course, the winner moving on towards the semifinals. Our first time we're going to see some Transcendence tier action here, Needle.
Yeah, and I love to see Transcendence tier action, Booth. It was really entertaining watching the Transcendence tier Widows last season in the Widowmaker 1v1s. They really just are on another level.
Jump shot coming out there from Tatsuke, not able to connect with it yet. We see the Kraken on the high ground, rocking the Widowmaker skin that I currently have because I don't get to play the game enough anymore to get the new ones. But Tatsuke rocking the base skin, if I'm not mistaken, a pretty bold move and getting the headshot there onto the Kraken, kind of holding their own on the high ground there. Kraken trying to get a better position, but just putting themselves right in the side of crosshairs for Tatsuke.
Yeah, I believe Tatsuke is rocking the default skin and no gold gun either. So
that's a pretty bold move here, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it definitely is, but a bolder move maybe coming out from the Kraken here, trying to take an aggressive angle on Tatsuke, taking as much space as he can on the map so far.
Yeah, already flipping spawns with them basically into the backline. Gets a big connection there. Tatsuke drops to 1 HP, but says, that's enough for me to get the shot off with the quick headshot there onto Kraken. Ends up going up 2-0 now. And that a very aggressive stance there didn't end up paying off for them.
Yeah, very close to success there, though, for the Kraken. Going for the Sombra's alley again, and this time gets the better of Tatsuke.
There it is, the good angle onto the side, gonna finally pay off for them. 2-1 here though. Tatsuke still in charge so far in this match. Both Widowmakers gonna be looking go out the right side and left side for the vice versa on the blue Widowmaker, and neither actually taking the shot off of it, but getting very close to each other here. You see Kraken on this high ground having a bit of the advantage, but Tatsuke was ready for it, and with one shot, one kill, he goes up 3-1.
Yeah, Kraken trying to go for the sneaky approach there, sneak around the left side, but unfortunately the grapple gave his location away, and Tatsuke was just ready for him. He got the pre-aim, got him down.
Aim indeed. The Kraken seeming to like this left side take for them now, going around these stairs. Tatsuke kind of still sitting back behind the bridge, looking for the jump shot, not able to see it. Noticing the position though of Kraken, great pre-aim there as well, and 4-1. Tatsuke looking pretty dominant.
Yeah, we saw some flashes of brilliance there from the Kraken, almost taking out Tatsuke in the second round, taking him down to probably like around 6 HP, but it's not enough, and now the Kraken is asking for a trick shot battle at match point.
I love it. Love to see it. Both Widowmakers agreeing to it there. We're going to see if it's the agreed to Capital Bard style that we saw last night, or no, it actually looks like both are actually attempting trick shots, thank goodness. But going for the spins. Sensitivity high for both of these. I think last night I asked one of the Widowmakers to do a 360 for a donation, and they had about 14 DPI, so they had to get a larger desk to even get the full 360 of these two Widowmakers. Definitely having the desk space to do so. Tatsuke getting pretty close with a lot of these, but not able to connect with any yet. They are right in each other's faces though, Needle, and you kind of have to when you're shooting like this.
Yeah, definitely. Both Widowmakers going for the 720s, and Tatsuke, in the end, takes out the Kraken and advances on to the semifinals.
There it is, a good win from them, 5-1 here in this first round for the Transcendence tier, and we will see them later on going against the winners of either Kairos or Doc from Battalion, or Dr. Tepper, I believe is how you would this, from the Arctic Foxes. But we're going to be going back over to the Harmony tier. We're going to see who's going to face Magic Otter in the next round here. Was it going to be Vix from the flashbacks, or is it going to be Retro from Strix? Vix from the flashbacks, probably pulling one of the biggest upsets we saw so far, kicking a 5-0 over Mr. Yeti in the first round there. Probably the preseason favorite for the Widowmaker tournament for sure. But Retro having a good win as well, 5-3 in the previous round. But Vix on that flashbacks team, definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, definitely. But I have just been informed that Vix has informed me, or somebody has informed me that Vix wants me to flame him. So,
okay.
Vix, you are bad, and you're going to lose 5-0 to Retro right now. There you go, Vix.
There it is, Vix. It's all up to you. How are you going to make a fool out of Needle, or is Needle going to make the fool out of you? And right now, Retro on a very interesting position in the middle of the point. Aggressive stance for them. Vix trying to get a hook shot now onto the high ground floor. Both Widowmakers right in each other's faces, and Vix going to take the first one with some very forward holds there from Retro.
Yep, definitely. And Vix proving me wrong, just asking me to flame him, and now winning so far in his match. Vix is a player that I used to coach for a very short stint last season. He's a pretty strong player in the Harmony tier so far, on flashbacks, one of the best teams in Harmony. So definitely a force to be reckoned with in this Widowmaker 1v1.
That it is. Both Widowmakers, they must have been listening up close and personal for you here, Needle, so far. Retro going for the hook shot, doing the... Oh my goodness. That was going to say, that is one of the first times I've seen somebody pre-aim in each direction multiple times in the air, but flicking across the screen, somehow able to land on Vix's head there and tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, and the 1 HP clutch as well there for Retro on the brink of death. Gets his revenge kill, tying it up 1-1 against Vix.
That's one way to swing the momentum for sure. Vix going to be pushing on the left side of the map here, maybe trying to mask their footsteps with the sounds, but flipping spawns aggressively onto Retro, who's actually going to flee away a little bit and try to go up to the high ground. Hearing that grapple, though, they were ready for it. Oh, I think that would have been... That at least would have been some kind of connection, if not for the railing there. Now both Widowmakers right in each other's faces again. All of these 1v1s for these two are ending up right close and personal.
Yeah, Vix is a bit of a Genji player, so it doesn't surprise me that he's trying to get right up in the face of Retro. Being a Widowmaker, that's what Genji does. And Vix is Retro clutches again.
My goodness, down to micro HP yet again. Maybe the place that they're most comfortable, taking the last two so far with that happening, and now Retro finds himself up 2-1. The door peaks almost working out there for each side. Vix going for that hook shot and going aggressive again. Look at this positioning.
Yeah, I love it, Booth. I absolutely love it. Vix getting right up in the face of Retro time after time. It's not working out the best for him so far, but
No, it is not. Oh my goodness, Retro 3 in a row so far, up 3-1 here, and I think they're starting to find playing a little more passive, letting Vix be the aggressive ones working out for him so far.
Yeah, it might be time for Vix to stop messing around a little bit. Maybe try to play the distance, try to rely on his aim a little bit more than just going right up in the face of Retro, because he's down 3-1, so this is really where you have to really, really start trying really hard to turn it around. Otherwise, you might just get 5-1.
Exactly, and both Widowmakers, I don't actually believe swapping sides anymore. I think they swapped back again, the double fake, and now Vix on the high ground here. Retro on this lower ground, going underneath the bridge, and now trying to get the flick up. You're going to see the hook shot there coming out of Vix. Retro a little confused on the positioning there from Vix. Gets a good shot off, but just missing now. 15 seconds left here until the control point unlocks. Both Widowmakers now highlighted, and this is where it's going to get interesting. This is the first time we've seen the match go towards this highlight phase, I believe.
Yeah, it is so far, but the first time that the Widowmakers are highlighted, the control point is about to unlock. Will one of them C9? Hopefully not.
Retro taking a little bit of an aggressive jump there, but there we go. Vix bringing it back here, 3-2 now. Definitely playing a little more passive in that round and paying off for them here, at least so far.
Yeah, it definitely was. Retro got confused at a few points there. Vix, trying to be sneaking around, but at the
the door peak working in Vix's favor there. 3-3 here, tied up, and this Vix is I'm liking the playstyle here from them a little bit more now, for sure.
Yeah, I am as well. He showed in the round, you know, just 2 rounds ago now. That last round was so fast, I was trying to talk about it. But Vix, you know, showing that he could still win the close range matchups, win the point unlocked there against Retro. But Retro, this time, he's going for the sneaky route, although Vix is right next to him.
I don't know if Retro's aware. It doesn't seem like it. Vix getting the shot and just missing on the low ground here now. Retro's going to fall off that low ground from that jump hook, and they're going to be right in each other's faces again. Retro getting the kill, and now 4-3. Match point here for Retro. Vix needs to win 2 here in a row to move on here to the semifinals, but at the moment, Retro looking to be in good shape.
Yeah, Retro only 1 point away from what I imagine most people would consider an upset. Vix on one of the best Harmony teams beat the Mr. Yeti 5-0 to get to this point. So, you know, it would be quite surprising if Retro would win this, but he is at match points. And there it is.
Oh, there it is. Retro with the upset going in here. Going to take them into the semifinals now. Winning 5-3 there against Vix from the flashback. So we're going to see Magic Otter go up against Retro in the semifinals later on. But we still have 2 more Harmony tier matches and 3 more Discord and Transcendence tier 1v1s before we get that far. And oh yeah, great job there from we see the headshot from Vix, but congratulations to Retro moving on here. But now we move over to our Discord tier. We have Storm from Monarch going up against Concept from Reminiscence. Winner of that going to be going against Jula from Mob Mentality that we got to see probably about 10 minutes ago now.
Oh yeah, I guess it was a while ago. You know, time flies when you're having fun watching the Widowmakers face off. I really do love it. It is, you know, I love feature matches. I love finals matches. I've seen my fair share of finals matches. I've seen my fair share of feature matches, but I have to say Widowmaker 1v1s are my favorites. I love Widowmaker 1v1s, Booth. They're just, they're so fun to watch. I can't really describe it, but Storm versus Concept, I am pretty excited to see this match. We just saw a Flashbacks player, and now we get to see a Reminiscence player, which I believe is the sister team of Flashbacks, and Concept was on Flashbacks last season.
That is correct, if my memory serves me well, which it doesn't too much anymore, so take that with a grain of salt. Soren's going to be looking outside of the left room there. Both Widowmakers checking for different doors. More relaxed here so far. Looking for some of the jump shots. There's Concept up in the air. Both Widowmakers taking their first real shot at each other. Neither connecting yet, but and there we go. Concept going up 1-0 there with the jump shot there on the Storm. And a little bit more of a different play style than we saw from their Flashbacks counterparts so far.
Yeah, definitely. Concept not playing anything like how Vix did in the last match, and playing unique, pretty unique to all of the Widowmakers that we've seen so far. Both of these Widowmakers going for the jump shots, going way up in the air. We haven't seen that so far in the Night Booth.
We haven't. Working out for both here so far. Both of these Widowmakers with 1 hook shot apiece. Storm there getting their first one. And now not going for that door peek on the side. They're going to be going up to the high ground right away. Have a good angle there on the Concept. Not able to connect just yet. But now Concept going to be going up to the high ground. Checking over on the side, not really either of the Widowmakers quite assured where each other are now, as they're over on the side of the map where we get to see a lot of cool environmental kills. Probably won't see many tonight. I'll be holding out for it for sure. Storm is going to retreat back towards their spawn just a little bit. Concept going to keep holding this high ground, trying to hold the position. There's the jump shots out of both, becoming very close. My goodness, right past each other's heads, and Concept going to get the better of it. Going up 2-1 here now.
Yeah, very, only 1 shot was hit, but still a very back and forth battle. Both Widowmakers grappling plenty of times between them, going up and down and up and down and up the stairs and down the stairs, going all the way around Castillo.
And we see Storm holding this coast side again. Now trying to use that grapple, give themselves a shot here from the bottom. We see Concept up on the high ground still, seeming to like that position a little bit more. And there's the jump shot from Storm. What a hook shot, taking out Concept there at the end and bringing this one back again. Very neck and neck so far.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it's gone back and forth so far in these 4 rounds. Each Widowmaker does not want to go down 2 points. Both of them still opting for the grapple shots, back and forth, and this time another grapple shot kill from Storm now takes the lead.
Laying the hammer down there, up 3-2 now. 2 huge grapple shots for them, back to back. We see the Washington Justice skin and spray there for Storm up with that golden gun. Checking for the peaks there. There's the jump hook shot from Concept. Storm going up with one of their own, seeming to be kind of the play here in this match so far. Concept goes up, then Storm goes up. Concept goes up, then Storm goes up.
Yeah, I believe every kill so far has been a hookshot kill, but maybe not this one.
Yeah, no, both falling low onto the low ground here. There's Concept taking the better of it, 3-3, and my goodness, that so well back-to-back so far. I mean, I don't remember the previous seasons terribly well, but I think there was a lot of pretty quick 5-0s, especially earlier on, but we have seen some fantastic matches so far.
Yeah, we definitely have. You know, it is great to see the competition, you know, get closer and closer season after season. I think that's what we are seeing so far. I think you're correct in saying that, Booth. This is a very close match so far, and we have seen plenty of close matches so far in the night.
Hopefully that will continue. Storm was holding on to point there. Now over on coast, up on the high ground, holding a pretty good position here onto Concept, seemingly unaware of this, but gets just the angle of they needed to get a glimpse onto Storm, who is now underneath bridge, trying to find an angle here onto Concept. Going for the hook shot now, gonna take the shot at it, just missing, but now Concept in a tough spot here, not tons of cover. Both Widowmakers becoming illuminated now. Concept getting tagged and going down, and Storm going for the first match point fight here of the night for these two, up 4-3.
Yes, indeed, and it might just all come down to a door peek. Ooh, not quite.
Oh, they're getting close there. Oh! Yes, you're right there, Needle. Dorm peak it is, and Concept coming out on top. Storm a little confused there in the chat about it. I don't blame you. 4-4. Another map 9 thriller out of our Widowmakers here.
Yep, and we get to see the grapple shots coming back in the final round, Booth.
Yes, we need to end it that way. There's no other way to end this 1v1 here without a grapple shot.
Of course. Ooh.
Well, end it quick. I was taking a drink of water. Storm with the victory there, 5-4. An incredibly close job from both of them. Congratulations to Storm from Monarch, who's going to be moving on to the semifinals. But also, thank you to Concept for playing tonight, and of course having a good round there in round 2. But that's going to be the end of the line for them. Unfortunately, we're seeing there because that's probably the perfect clip we could have gotten out of that 1v1 there. But now we're going to move it over to the Transcendence tier. We have Kairos from Battalion going up against Dr. Tepper from the Arctic Fox as the winner. Going to be going up against Tasuke from Ember in the semifinals. Kairos had that first round bye, but Tasuke, and so did actually Dr. Tepper. So this will be the first match for both of these Widowmakers tonight. And they're going to be going up against a pretty good Tasuke, who went 5-0 and 5-1 in their 2 rounds so far.
Yeah, Tasuke looking very strong, but one thing I haven't seen enough of so far, Booth, is teabagging tonight. I don't think I've seen a single player teabag tonight. Yes. So I really hope Kairos brings that out in this match. I know Kairos is a long-time Tranquility player, you know, he's a pretty funny guy, so I would expect to see some funny little teabags coming out in this match. If you could get a kill, though.
I was gonna say, you had to be alive to teabag afterwards, and Dr. Tepper gonna take that first round there with a good old jump shot. And yes, that is correct. Teabagging is allowed this week. So if you're tuning in and your match is a little later, give Needle and I a little bit of a shout out on the bag there later on. Now, Dr. Tepper going up to the high ground, not able to get the jump shot. Both Widowmakers on the other side of the map here, and Kairos almost losing their head in that fight. And getting the quick shot there on the Tepper, very low HP now, just need to get some spam shots in. They're gonna retreat back, and Kairos gonna hold this high ground now and get in aggressive and try to finish this off.
Yeah, maybe looking to close the distance with a grapple shot soon, but maybe not. Both Widowmakers playing a little bit passive, but Dr. Tepper decides to be the one to engage. Despite being on low HP, takes Kairos down to 1, but it's not enough.
Wow. Legitimate 1 HP there. They're able to clean it up at the end. 1-1 here now for these Widowmakers. And, okay, looking for the door peek now. Each Widowmaker going separate ways, but both going on to the high ground. This is the first time we've seen Kairos really utilizing this high ground on the left side of their spawn door. We haven't seen tons of Widowmakers use that yet. Tepper very far over onto coast and loses their head there. Kairos now 2 in a row, up 2-1.
Yeah, I'm loving the aggression from Kairos. Definitely way more aggressive than a lot of the Widowmakers that we've seen so far. When he sees that the other Widowmaker's backing away, he's going in. You know, he's grappling in. He's trying to get as close as he can while still maintaining enough distance to get the accurate shots.
That they are. And there's Kairos onto the high ground again. Tepper taking that jump shot, not able to find tons with it. But both these Widowmakers on coast side of map now. A little bit difference in elevation, but Tepper going to be getting really close. Now Widowmakers right in each other's faces. Not sure if either are even aware of it yet. Tepper going down to 35 HP. A good shot there from Kairos. Both trying to spam crouch to not die, but Kairos going to come out on top and up 3-1.
And Kairos not opting to go for the teabag after killing Dr. Tepper, instead grapples away. So I'm a bit disappointed there, Kairos, but I am very impressed with your performance so far in this Widowmaker 1v1. Now going up 3-1 after losing round 1 very, very quickly.
And a little bit slower start here for both, kind of switching spawns now on each other. We see Tepper just do the coast rotation. Kairos in the middle of point now, jumping up above now onto this high ground, trying to get the angle, falling really close. Both Widowmakers close here on the lookout, using that lamppost as a little bit of cover, and Kairos getting the headshot, and now up 4-1. A real turnaround so far.
Yeah, Kairos really, really turning things around so far in this match. And here comes the door peek. Will the Widowmakers go for it? And Dr. Tepper opts not to. So, not going to end it fast and easy here. Round 6 may persist for a little while.
Yes, it will. There's the headshot from Tepper on the hook. My goodness, fantastic shot out of them to bring him back 2-4 here. That was, my goodness, that was pixel perfect through those leaves there. That was quite a flick.
Yeah, Dr. Tepper is not done yet, trying to bring it back here against Kairos. He won the first round, he's won the 6th round, and all he needs is 2 rounds, and then it's a tied game. You know, I do love the first to 5 format because it can go back and forth, and sometimes we see massive swings in momentum.
That we did. We definitely saw the big swing initially there for Kairos, winning 4 in a row, but now very close to each other. Kairos going down low HP. Tepper's still full. Gonna try to jump in. Both Widowmakers up in the air. Kairos trying to get that connection they need, but in dire straits here with only 20 HP left. Tepper's gonna take a pretty safe hold here onto the bottom, trying to make Kairos get out into the open, and there it is. Both Widowmakers right in each other's faces, and a fantastic hook there out of Dr. Tepper. Now bringing it back 3-4.
What a smart play from Dr. Tepper, waiting for the point to begin to almost unlock, you know, knowing that Kairos has to go there and getting the easy finish off on the last 20 HP he needed. Really smart.
And now the Widowmaker still playing very, very conservatively here. Tepper on that low ground. Kairos up in the high ground. Now going right into each other, but grapples straight into the crosshairs of Kairos and takes that one 5-3. Moving on to the next round. Real quickly though, want to remind everybody we're streaming tonight for Rise Above the Disorder. It's a charity that helps support mental health care and help people find the help they need, whether they need help with insurance, finding doctors. They're a fantastic charity. If you're curious about more of the work they offer, please do !charity in our chat. And if you'd like to help donate towards our cause this week, we're trying to reach up to 3,500. We've had an incredible night of donations so far, from King Crimson and Anguish, and then Juice so far. Artemis and Laggy have helped raise over $1,000 since our last broadcast. So if you want to donate, please do !donate in the chat for us as we move over to the Harmony tier. It looks like we're gonna have Yoon from the Jetpack Cats going up against Kura here from Firefight.
Yeah, and both of these players having relatively strong wins in the first round. Kura winning 5-0 against Stonky from the Miami Yikes, and Yoon winning 5-3 against Race FPV from the Fighting Potatoes. So I'm excited to see this match. These are probably 2 of the stronger hit skins in Harmony tier.
Oh yeah, Yoon, one of the favorites about every year. I think she got 2nd place. Did she was it 2nd place or so in the Widowmaker 1v1s last season? Definitely was pretty far into the broadcast. I remember seeing her name. And she's going to be taking this right side approach here out of spawn, going for that jump shot, not able to connect yet. You see Kura on the high ground there, on the coast side, really trying to lock into Yoon, not give her too much pressure. Now both Widowmakers aware, holding these angles. 30 seconds for the control point to unlock here. And Kura's going to take a pretty aggressive angle here right into Yoon, and it pays off with the jump shot there across the landing, taking down Yoon here 1-0.
What an aggressive play. Both Widowmakers starting out a little bit slow, but that was a statement there by Kura, grappling in, showing absolutely no fear of Yoon.
Here whatsoever. Both Widowmakers holding different angles here out of spawn. There's the jump shot out of Yoon. Oh, almost going down there. Good shot coming out from Kura, who has this high ground, is trying to shoot in. A couple shots just missing. The tree actually saving there from Yoon's shot. And now both Widowmakers getting very close. There's the jump. Oh my goodness. What an amazing flick there from Kura. Holy cow.
I think that's the best shot we've seen all night, Booth, and this is a Harmony tier. This is a Harmony tier faced off.
Oh my, hold on real quick. Another donation from Anguish, 147. Oh my good Anguish. We need to make some other kind of reward or something to give out to Anguish for this week. Anguish with just $747 donated to Rise Above the Disorder just from Anguish alone tonight towards the cause. Thank you so much again for your donation, Anguish. I'm absolutely speechless here. It's for such an amazing cause. Thank you so much for your donations, everybody. Give Anguish some more thanks in the chat. But while I'm talking there, the score changing 2-1 now for Kura here, up over Yoon so far.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it happened. I was still kind of in awe that we keep raising more and more money for Rise Above the Disorder. It's coming in so fast, Booth. It's coming in so fast tonight so far. You know, almost definitely way faster than this round of the Widowmaker 1v1.
Definitely. So one of our slower ones for the night so far, but there we go. Yoon speeding things up, getting that headshot now 2-2 in a definitely quicker round 4 there.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Yoon. Very clean from her. Tying it up, you know, going down 0-2, but bringing it back where even score right now. Both of these Widowmakers showing really, really good aim so far in the shots that we've seen.
Oh, both lined up, not able to connect there at the end. There's the jump shot again from Yoon. Also, quick shout out to Jimbo. Thank you for the $20 donation for Rise Above the Disorder. That brings us up to $2,630 this week for Rise Above the Disorder, inching closer and closer to that goal of $3,500 for the end of the week. Thank you again to everybody that has donated. But back into the match. Our Widowmakers definitely holding a little bit of some safe spots here. Neither one wanting to give up too much of an advantage, but now outlines coming through, a wave coming through from Yoon, maybe a little preemptive. She falls to 40 HP. A connection there from Kura, but with control point coming close to unlocking, these Widowmakers have got to get up close and personal to finish this one off.
Yeah, we got to see the close range battle. Yoon at a very massive disadvantage though. She's already really low on health, so Kura definitely, you know, looking to win this just to close it out just with this quick shot, but it's not happening so far. Both of these Widowmakers crouch spamming like crazy.
Yes, they are. You kind of need to when it gets close to like this, but ooh. Shots just missing each side. A very aggressive take there from Kira. Neither one wanted to give up too much space, but somebody's got to step forward here in a second to get these shots off. They're both right in each other's faces, and Yoon gonna be the one to fall at the end. 4-2 now, I believe. I'm not gonna lie, it's been going a little long. I'm kind of forgetting in the back of my head what the actual scores are. 3-2, excuse me, in this 1v1 now. But Kira being definitely in a pretty good spot here so far. Both these Widowmakers just a little more passive than we've seen previously.
Yeah, definitely still very close, but a very, very good match we've seen so far between the two of them. A new angle we're seeing here. Kira dodging Yoon's sightlines there with the grapple. Yoon opposite takes the high ground now that Kira's given it up. Back and forth, but we may just see a brawl in the room here, Boo.
They are both Widowmakers hugging that right side of the map, right in front of each other. Yoon just missing Kira's sightline there, but Kira coming right over the top for it, getting the headshot as well. What an aggressive take. And Kira going up 4-2 now with that fantastic grapple shot.
We've seen some absolutely nasty shots from Kira so far in this match, really making a name for himself so far. I'm quite impressed for in Kira's performance so far for a Harmony tier player. You really love to see it.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Holding that sightline, Yoon almost falling into it again on that low ground. Probably going to be looking for that jump shot that we have seen from her a few times tonight. Actually going to be going further along the right side of the map from her perspective here. In that lower choke, both Widowmakers maybe about to peek this angle. Kira just stops holding it though as Yoon peeks through. But now Yoon falling a little lower, pulling the sight lines there. Kira going for the hook shot there, and there it is. Bringing it back 3-4 there. A fantastic shot out of Yoon.
Yeah, very smart switcheroo as well. You know, Kira kind of losing track of where Yoon was there. Very slippery, sneaky approach. Yoon might have to go for more of those approaches to win this out, as Kira has looked really, really strong so far. This is such a good match, Booth. This is such a good match.
It really is. I mean, as much as we've been saying it's slower and yada yada so far, it's been a fun one to watch. But unfortunately, comes to an end. Kira taking the 5-3 victory there. A fantastic shot at the end. But that was probably the most neck-and-neck one we've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, despite the 5-3 scoreline, definitely an absolutely amazing and quite close match there between Kira and Yoon. Definitely one of the better matches we've seen tonight in terms of performance as well there. Both of them playing seemingly above their level of Harmony tier, in my opinion. Definitely really strong performance from the both of them. But now we go back to the Discord tier, I believe.
Yes, we do. We're going to see Lazuli, yes, the Lazuli in chat from the Flying Lions going up against 9volt from Gravity, which you've been around. Tranquility is a name you will definitely remember from previous seasons. 9volt taking the 5-3 victory over Anonymous from Ragnarok in round 1. Lazuli had the bias. This will be their first time in a 1v1 tonight, and the winner of that going to be going on to our second Discord semifinal. We're going to be getting into this one almost right away, though, as Lazuli versus 9volt.
Yeah, this is definitely one that I'm looking forward to. I'm excited to see 9volt back in the community. I believe he was in Season 3, was the last season that he played? He was on Eclipse, right, Boo?
Eclipse, yes.
Yeah, an Eclipse, you know, so 9volt is one of few players then to have taken 2 maps off of the legendary commit roster in Season 3. Right. So, you know, maybe he just has to take a few maps off of Lazuli in the Widowmaker 1v1 and get the win, you know? You never know, but Lazuli winning the first round pretty dominantly in the second one as well.
Yeah, my goodness, Lazuli in there. We'll give that as the first bag on camera tonight that I've at least noticed. I'm sure someone will chat will correct me if I am wrong, but yes, you're right. Back to Season 3, taking the maps off of commit. My team definitely didn't take one of the maps off commit because yes, I used to play this game. I think we were really excited because we got a team kill in one of our fights because we decided to go Ryan v Ryan against them. To have a little bit of a battle, and we got a 6-man shatter or something, and that was kind of the highlight of my season. But so far, the highlight reel of this match has been Lazuli 2-0 so far. Both Widowmakers right in each other's faces, getting the first connection. 9volt down to minuscule HP, and Lazuli able to finish it off, and another perfect from Lazuli 3-0.
Yeah, so far looking very, very dominant in Lazuli's favor in this 1v1. But you never know, maybe 9volt can turn it around at some point. Although these rounds have been going pretty quickly. I think this is the fastest 3-0 that we've seen tonight.
For sure. Some Overwatch definitely being played from Lazuli OW. Make sure you remind us in the chat of that. And Lazuli holding a very good angle here. 9volt having to fall on the point. Gets another dink to the head. 9volt low HP. Both Widowmakers flipping spots, actually. Lazuli takes their first damage of the night, but they're able to respond right away. And up 4-0 already.
Yeah, Lazuli doesn't mind having to go to the low ground. Lazuli doesn't mind having to get dinked up there by 9volt. He just has the confidence that he can turn it around no matter the situation, and that he did. And there it is.
Oh, my goodness. Lazuli only taking damage in the final 2 there and ends up getting the 5-0, the first one we've had on broadcast tonight. They're going to be moving on towards the semifinals, going to go up against either Juice or Luis from Q for Quarantine, but we're going to see that game here a little bit later. We're going to be moving over to the Transcendence tier to figure out our next semifinalists. We're going to have Delphi from the Despotators I keep saying Despotators. Yeah, he's gonna absolutely ban me from the community if I do that again. From the Decapitators, going up against Dragon from Dirt. I like Dirt. Dragon getting the 5-3 victory in the first round there against Canned Potato from Tempest. So now we're gonna see who gets the victory here in round 2. Oh no, Mr. Yeti joined chat. Please don't ban me in the middle of all this.
Despotators. Booth.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why. The reason the computer I log into at work was named Desposito, so I have to type that in about 3 times a day when I'm remote desktoping into it. I'm so sorry. It's the first thing I see whenever I see it. Oh, well, I had a good run on the administration team. It was a fun couple of weeks. I'm really thankful for everything I got to do here. But...
All right, we're going to new Twitch.
As soon as I said it, I was like, well, all right. At least I had a good last broadcast. At least I have the jacket on for it. My goodness. But now we are into our match here. Delphi versus Dragon, Transcendence tier. Our next semifinalist going to be crowned here at the end. And Delphi holding that lower angle in the bottom, looking for Dragon to do the same, but they opted otherwise, going the long way around. There's our first shots from either Widowmaker here, almost connecting on each side. Dragon getting pretty aggressive with that jump shot, going up to the high ground, right in each other's faces there, and it's going to work out in Dragon's favor, going up 1-0 so far.
Yeah, Dragon initially taking the sneaky route, going all the way through Somber's alley, but then comes out with the confidence there against Delphi, just grapples up and stays there, takes him out.
A very good job there from Dragon. We're going to see Dragon holding that spawn door yet again. Delphi not opting for it this time. We're going to see Dragon go up the stairs on coast now, trying to get an angle there onto Delphi, who's in the bottom part of the map, going for that jump shot, not able to connect just yet. Both Widowmakers definitely aware of where each other are, waiting to see who can get the grapple for what shot here. In the middle, and Delphi getting the better of it. A fantastic angle there in the middle of the map, just catching the side of the hitbox there and breaking it 1-1.
Yeah, very nice shot there from Delphi, just barely grazing Dragon, catching him a bit off guard there. Delphi has the confidence to take the door peaks now against Dragon after winning that round.
It is the jump shot coming out there from Delphi, not able to connect just yet. Dragon still holding this low ground, putting some shots in at the bottom. Getting aggressive though is Delphi right over top of Dragon. Given the quick wave in there, crouch spamming through, waiting for that cooldown to come back up, maybe for the jump pack, or for the grapple hook there. My mistake, that would be terrifying if Widowmaker had a jump pack, but I kind of wish I saw that on the experimental cards that were released today. But both Widowmakers right in each other's faces. Dragon taking the first damage, but gonna end up on top of this 1v1 and up 2-1 now.
Yes, he is, but this has been a pretty close match so far, Booth. A bit surprising because Delphi is one of these players that we mentioned earlier are off-rolling. Delphi, not typically a DPS player, is a flex support for the Despotators, as you like to say. But Dragon is pretty well-known hit scan for Dirt, pretty confident, but pretty strong player. So, it is great to see Delphi bringing it a little bit to him here so far.
Yes, that it is. Both Widowmakers in the middle of point now. Dragon gonna fall off a little bit on the side, trying to be careful here of these fight lines, but now gonna go for that jump shot. As we were mentioning, of course, Delphi, known for their Ana play, could possibly be going up against another Ana player who ended up having a pretty surprising first round victory later on in this fight, possibly, of Legolas, who ended up taking out Orsted, who we'll see here in a little bit, and it's looking good for Delphi, picking up another win here, 2-2. The Ana playing fattest nades and Trank, tying it up here. And yeah, the nice shots there in the chat from Dragon on that, and that it was.
Yeah, that was a very, very clean shot there from Delphi, going down to 6 HP, but regardless, hitting the shot on Dragon, taking him out, tying it up.
Widowmakers taking this left side approach. Delphi, not fully charged shot there from Dragon. Delphi low HP though because of it. Gonna get right in their face, trying to finish this one off. They have to be careful though. Delphi has just as much of a chance to take them down here in this close range, and they get the shot on. 30 health left for Dragon. Both Widowmakers just a breath away from losing this fight, and Dragon gonna get the better of it, going up 3-2 there.
Yeah, Dragon jumping up all and around in Delphi's face there, taking him out. A really, really back and forth game so far between these two Widowmakers. Delphi again going for the spawn peak. He feels like he can win those, but Dragon is not opting to take them. He's liking the slower route so far. Dragon's taking his time, but then once he gets the hit, boom, he goes in.
Both very close over here on the side of Coast. Delphi getting the better of it. 3-3 here. Very, very closely contested so far from both of these Widowmakers. That was one of the first times I think we've seen a Coast that close of a fight. I mean, normally it's a little bit been spaced out for these guys. These last couple of rounds, though, getting a little more close and personal.
Yeah, they definitely are, but this round, maybe not. Delphi and Dragon are pretty far away from each other and taking a long-range duel.
That they are. The Dragon going to be closing that ground a little bit. Delphi kind of playing behind the little cactus plant there, but takes a big shot. Only 6 HP left for them here now. Dragon looking to finish them off as best they can. The hook shot attempted there from Delphi, and they hit it! A fantastic shot from them with barely any HP left. And now Delphi on match point now, up 4-3.
We might just see another upset in the Transcendence tier here, Booth. Delphi over Dragon, match point. It's looking pretty deadly.
Would be definitely an upset in most people's minds there. Because Delphi not being the DPS player, but playing that flex support role, I believe. So both Widowmakers very close. Dragon holding pretty conservative here on the side, not looking to take anything too aggressive. Delphi going for some big hook shots, not able to really get a shot off on the Dragon yet. Until now, Dragon still holding this corner. Delphi again going for another hook shot, neither able to connect so far, but just missing. My goodness, both these Widowmakers getting haircuts so far in this fight, and the big jump there from Dragon, shaking their head, trying to avoid any contact, but now outlines on for what I think is the first time in this match, and Dragon, there it is. Delphi, given the wave, wasn't even able to finish it before they go down, and we are going to yet another map 9.
Yes, we are, Booth, and I don't want to say any more because it might just end here at the door, but yet again, Dragon does not opt for the peak. We might be seeing another long game here, but maybe not. Delphi is really looking to take it to Dragon. Dragon's trying to play the sneaky route, but Delphi just does not want him to.
They do not. Both of these Widowmakers doing their best here to not end up falling right here. The winner will be moving on to the semifinals. So everything on the line for these two. We see some jump shots coming out from Dragon, not able to get the angle they probably wanted. Delphi in a pretty good spot here on the side, and there it is, Dragon with a fantastic shot at the end to bring it 5-4 here, and a fantastic, another close match. We've just been absolutely blessed with some great matches so far.
Yeah, we have been, and it looked like Dragon was almost out of it there, down 4-3 against Delphi, but turning it back in the past 2 rounds, turning it up to 100, taking him out. Really, really good showing from Dragon, as well as Delphi. I'm very surprised that he took 4 rounds off of Dragon, but a really close and great match between the two of them. That was one of the better ones we've seen so far.
For sure. Congratulations there to Dragon, moving on to the semifinals. But now we're back over to the Harmony tier. We're going to see who is our final semifinalist out of this group. We have from Phantasmal, Zatnu going up against King Yakko from the Game of Throws. The winner going to go against Kura from Firefight, who ended up beating Yoon in the last round and looked very strong. Zatnu had a 5-1 there in round 1 over Subber Polar from Modify, and King Yakko the upset in round 1, making a 5-4 victory over Land Valkyrie, who was I believe one of the previous champions of the Widowmaker tournament here in Tranquility.
Yeah, Land is another one of those long-time vets, I believe. I think he won in probably season 3 or 4.
Arma, right? Way back. Maybe.
Honestly, I think Melts won the Widowmaker 1v1 in season 3,
yes,
so I don't know exactly what season he won in, but he is one of the Tranquility veterans, upset by King Yakko in the first round, and King Yakko down 0-1 so far though to Zatnu.
That it is Yakko taking a little bit of a slower approach here on coast side. Zatnu be holding opposite math here. Both Widowmakers staying apart from each other. We see the good hold here from Yakko. There's the jump shot out of Zatanu, not able to connect. Both Widowmakers taking an attempt at it, and there's Zatanu getting a great angle, dropping the respect at the end. Up 2-0 here so far, looking very strong.
That's a very clever spray for Widowmaker, the respect me spray, showing that he will punish you. Zatanu will punish you if you take any angle that he is watching. He is ready for you. So, very good showing so far from Zatanu in this 1v1.
There it is. Zatanu going to be holding lower here. On the side, we see Yakko a little bit up higher here over on the right with the angle. There's the first shot out of both of these Widowmakers. The jump shot there from Zatanu ends up taking damage there from Yakko, getting a good land onto them, but not enough to finish them off. Zatanu definitely going to be at a disadvantage here, going for another hook shot there. My goodness, aggressive on these hooks to say the least. Yakko just needs to get a minimal connection there to end up finishing them off.
Yeah, all Yakko has to do is wait for the point to unlock, and that's what he's looking to do so far. Wait for Zatanu to come to him. He knows Zatanu is really low, and that's what's happening so far. Although Zatanu is looking to turn it around, he just might... Oh!
Oh! Oh my goodness. Zatanu, with only 25 HP, able to stick around for this, not losing their cool, and up 3-0 now, and definitely putting on a show.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yakko came so close to winning that round, but Zatanu flushing it up in the end. Another 3-0. We haven't seen many Widowmakers go up 3-0 so far in the night booth.
No, we haven't. Oh, 4-0 now for Zatanu. A quick take there. And whew. Looking pretty impressive here. Quick shout out. I think we just hit above 140 viewers tonight, everybody. That is fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, I think we have just, hit a new viewer high. If not, we are very close to it here on the channel. Thank you, everybody that has tuned in so far. Let's keep the numbers up tonight. And at the moment, keeping up. Oh my goodness, Zatanu with the 5-0. A very dominant performance there, and they're going to be taking that final semifinal spot here in the Harmony tier.
Yeah, performance that was very strong from Zatanu, and it's what he's going to need to take on Kura in the next round. Kura from Firefight looking absolutely insane against Yoon with probably the best shot of the night so far from Kura. So I'm going to be really excited to see that semifinals match, Booth.
I am as well, but before we get there, we need to figure out who our last semifinalists are going to be from the Discord and the Transcendence tier. Here over in our Discord tier bracket, we have Juice from Mechanize going up against Luis from Q for Quarantine. Juice having that first round bye, Luis having the 5-3 victory over Yuno from X-Ray, and now the winner here going to be taking on Lazuli, who had our other 5-0 we've seen tonight. So some tough road ahead for both of these Widowmakers, and I'm excited to see what they have to show.
Yeah, I am as well. You know, I'm hoping one of them has a very strong performance, just like Zatanu did in that previous game, because they're going to really need to bring it if they want to beat Lazuli in their semifinal match.
Very, very true. Remember, everybody, exclamation point donate in the chat if you want to help support this fantastic cause for Rise Above the Disorder tonight. Exclamation point charity if you'd like to know more about the wonderful group we are supporting here in our event week. And back to that match, we are in our Widowmakers taking some unique angles to start out here with Juice holding a little more reserve and gonna pay for it. Luis with a fantastic jump shot there, going up 1-0.
Yeah, what a nasty angle there from Luis. Very, very smart grapple, taking Juice by surprise there. Really good statement first round from Luis.
That it is. Juice taking the same angle again. No more defensive, waiting to see if there will be a jump shot, but nothing yet. There it goes now, across the middle. Ooh, just avoiding it with the spin there. A good job. Juice now going one of their own, not able to connect just yet. We see the Widowmakers going around to each side, trying to find that angle, looking for those long range pokes. Nothing too personal yet. 30 seconds left now until the control point's gonna unlock. A little bit of a slow round. There's the jump shot coming out from Luis, not able to connect just yet. Oh, Juice almost getting the angle they need, and they're finally finding it, taking it 1-1 here now.
Yeah, very smart play there from Juice, just moving around a little bit, taking slightly different angles so that Luis was never ready to pre-aim him there. Just shifting his position just a little bit, just the perfect amount to where he could still get a really good angle on Luis and take the round.
Yes, it is Luis now going on that right side, holding a little bit lower. Juice kind of continuing on to coast. Seems to really like this angle. Already kind of flipping over into the other spawn. And Juice taking the shot. Going up 2-1 there. A fantastic angle they had to hold there to get that shot. That was micro precision.
Yeah, the railing not quite saving Luis there. Is really, really close. But such a pinpoint shot there from Juice to take the round.
That it is. And now, as we're back in, you see the Widowmakers each taking their first attempts. Luis going for the jump shot. Not able to find any yet. Luis on that low ground now too. Juice really holding in a good spot here. Looking for that jump shot. Not looking in the wrong direction actually as the first one goes up. But Luis catches them looking the wrong direction. 2-2 here. And this staying close yet again. I mean, what you'd kind of expect, but my goodness.
Yeah, the Widowmaker is saying that they can smell each other in match chat. I think this is the first match chat banter we've seen of the night, although it's very, very strange.
That it is so far. I like to see the banter between our Widowmakers in games, especially all week. It's fun. That's kind of the whole point about this. This is a different view we get outside of Tranquility normally. I mean, it's real fun to have our matches throughout the week in a normal feature schedule, but I think this is always my favorite time of the year in terms of Tranquility. And for these Widowmakers, 2-2 here in the middle. There's our first jump shot out of Luis, not able to connect just yet. Juice going to be on that high ground, holding as best they can, trying to pick the angles. But now the Widowmakers seen to each other, both giving each other the celebratory crouch, and Juice going to be the one that's ready for it. We smacking their head on the keyboard after that one. Can't blame them as they now go down 3-2 here in this 1v1.
Yeah, neither of these Widowmakers so far have gone for like any sort of close range battle. All of these rounds have ended so far before the point unlocks. They're not even walking to the point. They're just standing on these opposite high grounds, just taking shot after shot at one another. It's a really, really interesting matchup so far.
That it is. And a shot there from Luis, tying it up 3-3. A fantastic quick round there. Nothing we've really seen so far out of these two Widowmakers tied up. And I think we're in for another map 9. It feels like it to me, at least here to Needle.
Yeah, it definitely does. These Widowmakers trading rounds back and forth, just going for the pure aim play style, not really going for the trick shots, or sometimes going for the trick shots, but mainly just standing on these opposite high grounds and just shooting at each other. Not really any mind games being played between the two of them.
That is right. I remember Juice gave us that donation a while back, just telling everybody that they're gonna lose, but I'm doing a pretty good show for it so far. Tied 3-3, very respectable, regardless of the outcome. But they're holding a pretty good angle here, trying to catch Luis out of position. Both of them trying to see who's gonna make that first peek around the corner. Both seemingly ready to find it now with them unlocking. We're gonna see Juice giving up the high ground, gonna try to get it with the jump shot, not able to find it. Now, with only 5 seconds before the point unlocks, Luis is going to take that first initial jump and gets the headshot there onto Juice. First match point here, 4-3.
Yeah, it is a match point, but I would expect this match to go to 4-4 Booth. These Widowmakers have both shown to be on pretty equal levels so far, both of them playing really well. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, my goodness, incredibly quick there. Luis taking the 5-3, but congratulations there to Juice. A fantastic job as well from them. But our final Discord tier semifinalist going to be Luis from Q for Quarantine. They're going to be going up against Lazuli in the semifinals, but just one more round until we get there. This is our last match here before a quick little break for me to be able to go refill my water and probably let my cat out of my room. I think she had some screen time there over sitting on my piano, so you're welcome for that, everybody. But our last match here, we're going to have Fredmaster from Infrared versus Legolas from the Ghostly Peppers. Fredmaster having that first round bye, but I mean, kind of deserving of the first round bye for how often they're on Noob Hunter for these crazy flanks. So I'm expecting a lot for them. But let's talk about Legolas making it here in a crazy upset in round 1.
Yeah, so Legolas is my teammate. He's a really good friend, and so I'm kind of rooting for him in this match. I'm going to be honest. He's not a Widowmaker player by any means. He said earlier in trans discussion a few days ago that he has not played Widowmaker since Season 7 of Overwatch Competitive. so he doesn't really play the hero, but I know Fredmaster plays a fair amount of Hitscan and a good amount of Widowmaker, so Fredmaster's probably the favorite here, but I'm cheering on my boy Lego. Camping angles. I love angle campers. That's what I like to do when Ghostly Peppers, when we do like Widowmaker stuff. I always camp angles, and Lego's taken one out of my book so far in this match.
I'm trying to look up what were some of the hero changes back in Season 7 of Overwatch. If I am not mistaken, isn't that when Symmetra had the deployable shield that she could shoot out? I think it's that. That's November 2017, everybody. That's Season 7. So that's the last time we got to see Legolas played the Widowmaker to any degree like that. But now, slow match so far for these two to start out with. We have the control point unlocking now in 5 seconds. Both Widowmakers highlighted to each other. The jump shot coming out there from Fred. Lego getting a little bit of early capture progress there. But, taking the initial peek, I think they were just grappling away when Fred was able to get the connection there. And they go up 1-0 here.
Hey, Lego got launched into the sky there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Couldn't see his corpse anywhere. Just his gun. Oh, great shot there from Fredmaster, though. Lego playing slow and steady, but not winning the race.
I was waiting for the body to come back to the ground again, but I don't think we could have enough respawn timer to see that one land again. Straight to Pluto, Diamond Hands rocket emoji, everybody. But now we have Lego still holding the spawn. Fred getting a little aggressive here on the left side of the point there from their spawn. Now there's Lego, teaming up on the high ground on Coast, almost getting the shot there onto Fred. Gonna grapple away as they're both holding the low ground now, both kind of coming towards the center of point. There's the grapple from Lego, but a good block there from Fred. Gonna go up to the high ground and try to get the reversal here now. Both Widowmakers gonna be highlighted yet again on point. Lego finding themselves in a similar position where they have the low ground, but it's not gonna matter. Fredmaster going up 2-0 with another great shot.
Yeah, nice little haircut shot there from Fredmaster. Going up 2-0, like you said, really good from him so far. Although it's a really, really slow start to the match, but no longer Legolas taking a round back.
There it is. Quick thank you from Ragnarok, our team here in the Tranquility community, in the Discord tier, with a $100 donation saying, from all of us here at Ragnarok Gaming, thank you so much, Ragnarok. That is such a very generous donation. Blown away by all the donations we've had tonight, everybody. We're up to $2,730 so far for Rise Above the Disorder. I don't even think we were this far. I think a couple $100 ago we weren't even this far last season before our admin pugs. So only $800 left, just under $800, $730 left before we reach our goal of $3,500 for the week, everybody. Thank you again for all the insane donations. I'm going to be shouting out and thanking everybody some more throughout the night. So ! Donate if you would like to contribute. But while I've been babbling, Lego gets another kill there, up 2-2 now. And it's definitely bringing this one back a little closer.
Yeah, it definitely is. And now taking Fredmaster down to 6 HP with a mostly charged shot. All he has to do is hit one little dink to finish him off and go and take the lead.
It is Lego holding the ground again. Fred just breathing for as much as they can. Just a shrug from Lego in the right direction will take them down, but Fred getting the better of it still. A nice shot there on the fall from the low ground with just 6 HP and a dream. It was enough to bring them up 3-2.
Yeah, great clutch there by Fredmaster. It wasn't looking good for him, but he brought it back. Lego may be going to the point a little bit too early so far in these matches. Fredmaster trying to hold the high ground as long as he can, take advantage of it, and it's really working out for him so far.
Yes, it is. Now we see Lego on that low ground still going for a long grapple there across the side. Both Widowmakers on Coast now. Lego gonna go up to the high ground now. We see Fred going for the jump shot now, just missing. Lego also just missing. Very close there on that grip shot. 30 seconds till our point here unlocks. We're going to have outlines here in about 5 seconds now. I believe it happens at about 15. I probably should have paid attention to that so far here in the broadcast. We haven't seen it too often.
Yeah, this has definitely been one of the longer rounds so far, Booth. You know, both of these Widowmakers are taking their time so far.
That they are, and there it is at the bottom. Legolot's ready for it. Taking that angle when Fred gave them the opportunity. They didn't need two. They just needed one shot there, tying it up 3-3.
Yep, and this might be just another one of our 5-4 matches that we've seen so far. We've seen plenty of them tonight. It's really, really great to see the competition. And this might just be another one. Fredmaster, knowing that Lego likes to hold in his spawn now, is taking the aggressive angle, taking up most of the map, but Lego decides to retreat.
They did, maybe holding a little too far in spawn there. I was afraid they were going to get pinned in. Fredmaster just missing a couple of big shots there. Going for the grapple, tries to flick back around. Now Lego caught here on the side. Where are they going to make their initial shot from? And there it is, Lego with the grapple shot. And now match point here for the underdog, 4-3.
Yeah, very nasty shot there from Lego. And this might just be it might be the nail in the coffin for Fredmaster here as Lego goes for the spawn peek. Oh, just barely misses the shot.
Just barely indeed. Lego still holding pretty close, if not in that spawn room. Yes, still right outside of it. Fred gonna be on the point. Lego going for the jump shot now, just missing on the edge, looking to finish off Fred, who goes for the hook shot of their own. There's that long grapple we've seen out of Lego tonight. Not able to connect. Both Widowmakers now pushing towards the coast side of this map. Grapples coming out either way, both close on this high ground, getting their first couple of good looks at each other. But Fred's going to fall to the low ground, folks. Force a different angle so far in this matchup. Legolots kind of holding up top. Now both Widowmakers able to see each other. The outline's visible. And this one going the distance yet again. But now Fred the one on point. But Legolots getting the kill, the upset yet again. The dream lives on. They will be your next semi-finalist.
Yep, and the final semifinalist locked in of the night. Before we go on our short break, a very, very close match between the two of them. Initially, it was looking like Fredmaster had a shutout victory going. You know, he was up 2-0, but Lego bringing it back, winning 5, 6. Okay, math is a bit hard for me. Winning 5 out of 6 of the rounds for after that. Whew, math is not my strong suit.
It's okay, but we'll figure it out eventually. But the only math I really care about at the moment, now that we had our semifinalist crowned, is just the fantastic donations that we've gotten tonight from everybody. A quick thank you again to Ragnarok for their donation, Jimbo, Juice, King Crimson, and Anguish for their insane donations tonight. Thank both of you so much. And then to Artemis and Laggy as well. And we're going to be heading now to a break here. We're going to take a quick 5-minute one, let the players kind of get settled in. They're going to figure out, give themselves a little bit of a break before they come back in, because after that, we have got semifinals. We've got finals. There's only a couple of matches left for each tier, 3 left in total. And then at the very end, we're going to have the three winners from all of the tiers going in a free-for-all style match to see who will be crowned the Widowmaker 1v1 champion of all of Tranquility. So stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Overwatch Tranquility community, it's Lucy Pohl, the voice of Mercy on Overwatch. Your admin team has asked me to record this message for you to thank you for your 6 amazing seasons and to remind you of the fundraiser happening next week from the 15th to the 19th. The Rise Above the Disorder, you are rad.org fundraiser that's happening. I hope you guys raise a lot of money. I hope I get to meet you all in person one day. I'm sending you all my love. And don't forget, heroes never die. Lots of love. Mwah. Hey, Overwatch Tranquility community, it's Lucy Pohl, the voice of Mercy on Overwatch. Your admin team has asked me to record this message for you to thank you for your 6 amazing seasons and to remind you of the fundraiser happening next week from the 15th to the 19th. The Rise Above the Disorder, you are rad.org fundraiser that's happening. I hope you guys raise a lot of money. I hope I get to meet you all in person one day. I'm sending you all my love. And don't forget, heroes never die. Lots of love. Mwah. Hey, Overwatch Tranquility community, it's Lucy Pohl, the voice of Mercy on Overwatch. Your admin
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us tonight as we have our Widowmaker 1v1s here in event week for Overwatch Tranquility. Again, a huge shout out to everybody that's donated tonight. We are at $2,730 towards our goal of $3,500 here for this season 6 event week. Just a reminder, at $3,500, we're going to see Bard do a hot sauce challenge on the podcast. Only $770 away from that. The donations have been incredible so far. Again, quick shout outs to Ragnarok's organization for donations tonight, for Jimbo, Juice, Artemis, Laggy, and then special thank yous to both King Crimson for their incredibly generous donation and to Anguish for just insane amounts of donations tonight. We thank you again from the Overwatch Tranquility team, again from the bottom of our heart. If you guys would at any point like to learn more about the charity, do !charity in our chat tonight, !donate if you would like to help support this cause. But we have a Widowmaker tournament going on. We have our first semifinal match happening today here in the Harmony tier. We're going to see Magic Otter from Void going up against Retro from Strix. The winner of this, of course, moving on to the finals. We're going to get both of our Harmony tier semifinal matchups going here back to back. It's going to be a little bit different than in our before our break. We're going to do our Harmony tier matchups, then the Discord tier matchups. Discord tier, then Transcendent tier matchups before going into the finals. So without further ado, we will be going in very shortly to see who our first finalist is going to be here in the Harmony tier. And looking back through the paths they had to get here, Magic Otter had a very tough 5-4 victory over Gecko in round 2 and had a 5-2 over Pegapants from Vanguard Esports in round 1. Retro had the 5-3 over Ascension of Rebirth, and then the 5-3 upset over Vix from Flashbacks to both get them here. So been a good path for both of these, have definitely proven themselves.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember the Gecko versus Magic Otter match too well because that's when we received like $800 in donations. But it was a close one. But Retro versus Vix, that was a very, very good match. And I was surprised to see Retro win it here. And Retro now going for the sneaky option here so far, hiding under the bridge on the coast.
Yes, it is. Now both right in each other's faces here on the edge of the map. Magic's going to get the better of it, getting that first kill here, taking them up 1-0. And whew, not wasting any time, going right in on each other.
Yeah, they are. And Retro going for the door peek now. Magic Otter this time going for the sneaky approach. Never mind, just grappling to the high ground. You know, a not too popular spot we've seen so far, but one that Magic Otter has opted to use.
Yes, they have, and there's the grapple from Retro. Not able to find Otter, who has that good angle here on the side. Both Widowmakers very close to each other. Going for the grapple now is Magic, but Retro holding on to theirs for good timing, but they're going to take some health for that. Magic going to fall back on the point. Retro, not tons of HP left to show to their own name with just 20 seconds left until this control point unlocks. Just a few more seconds and the outlines are going to be available here. Oh, Retro holding the good angle, almost getting the shot there onto Magic. Now it's really going to come down to who's brave enough to peek longer and get that kill they need with just a couple of seconds left. Retro's gonna have to come to point here. The capture progress halfway through for Magic, but now both Widowmakers on the point. Aggressive grapple hooks are going to be needed to get through. There's the connection from Retro. Takes Magic down to about a little below half of their health, but still 30 HP left. Both Widowmakers are spinning around like mad. Retro, though, gonna finish off Magic first, and my goodness, holding on to that low HP the whole fight, but still coming out on top.
Yeah, even with all the pressure on him, you know, Magic playing point, knowing that Retro is on 30 HP, Retro on 30 HP, goes in, takes Magic Otter down to half HP, and then finishes him off. Really great performance there. Ooh! Nice little flick there from Magic Otter.
That was a fantastic shot from them. Up 2-1 now. A very quick third round. We go into our fourth here. See if either of these Widowmakers go for that shot again. Magic going for it. Retro seeming to be more prepared for it. Not going up for the grapple of their own. Now it is in a very aggressive spin. It's not going to matter though. Magic ends up getting the kill 3-1, running over to the bot. I think if we had another second there in between, we would have saw one of our first true bags of the night. Unfortunately, not going to come through yet though. But Magic up 3-1.
Yeah, almost there. Maybe a bit of an ill-advised grapple shot from Retro, and another quick round win from Magic Otter. This is not looking too close so far, Booth. Magic Otter is really making a statement. Retro had that one amazing round when the control point had to unlock, but other than that, Magic Otter has really been in control.
They have their one kill away from being in the finals. Can they get there, or will Retro have the turnaround they need to continue on here in this Widowmaker 1v1? Both Widowmakers pushing on coast. Retro getting up close and personal, closing the distance, but's gonna fall for it. Magic Otter gonna take the 5-1, a very dominant victory, and they will be our first finalist here tonight for the Harmony tier.
Yeah, very strong performance from Magic Otter. Didn't expect that match to go that quickly after Retro, you know, coming on a pretty good history in the bracket, beating Vix, you know, didn't really expect him to beat Vix, as Vix beat Mr. Yeti, you know, the Widowmaker Warlord.
Yes.
The Widowmaker Warlord, Mr. Yeti, you know, got upset by Vix, and then Vix was upset by Retro, but now Retro is, maybe you can consider it an upset by Magic Otter. So Magic Otter from Void locked into the finals for Harmony tier, and now we get to just see who the other finalist is going to be between two very strong Widowmakers, Kura from Firefight and Zatnu from Phantasmal.
That is correct. Zatnu looking dangerous. dangerous in the last fight there in the semifinals, taking the 5-0 victory over King Yakko, and Kira, of course, taking down Yoon 5-3. And oh my goodness, already Zatnu out the gates with the headshot kill. They're not wasting any time.
No, they are not. These Widowmakers going really fast so far. The speed of these matches seems to have amped up the further that we've gone into the bracket. Zatnu, one of the few 5-0 winners, like you mentioned, but Kura looked absolutely incredible in his match against Yoon, having, in my opinion, the best shot of the night so far. So this matchup, it may be 1-0 really fast, but now it's just 1-1 already, and this is going to be a really good one, Booth. I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. We've already seen a good fight out of both of these Widowmakers. A good job there from Kira getting the double headshot they needed to tie this one back up. Now we're going to see probably a jump shot coming out early on there. There it is from Kira. Zatnu saving theirs here a little bit longer, trying to get the shot underneath bridge, but not going to connect just yet as they're pushing up here to this left side high ground. Kira going to follow lower here. There's the jump shot coming through from Zatnu. Given a quick spin, not able to find any, but both Widowmakers very close to each other. There's the first jump shot from Kira, who's going to push aggressively into this. They want to take this fight here close and personal, as the railings really coming into play. Few times we've seen fights happen this close over here. Zatnu takes a big hit down to low HP now, right in the face of Kira, who's able to take this one back and now bring it 2-1.
Yeah, some really clean shots there in the teabag range fight. That is my new term for it. When the Widowmakers get right in each other's faces, when they get in teabag range, that's perfect. I love that.
Oh yes. It's they're not trying to get headshot. That's it, of course.
Yeah.
No BM whatsoever. But the jump shots coming out of both of the Widowmakers here, not able to connect just yet. And oh, Zatnu, what an angle on the jump there. Always get in the spraying. I'm impressed by that. They're sticking to it.
Yeah, he loves his respect me spray, spraying it in every single match we've seen so far from him, winning 5-0 and now 2-2 so far against Kira. This has been a great back and forth close match so far. And a lot of these fights are happening in Sombra's alley, something we haven't seen so far tonight.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It doesn't happen too often. Normally we'll see somebody on coast and somebody over in the alley taking shots at each other, but never close and personal like this. Zatnu gonna take that coast approach now. Checking behind. Kira, though, gonna just switch spawns. Says, no, you ain't running away from me. Coming right after you again, getting really aggressive. I like this play style. There's the high jump shot there from Zatnu. Finally landing on the ground. Gonna land right in the crosshairs of Kira, who goes up 3-2 now.
Yeah, Kira's shots are so clean. They're so clean. Whenever we get to see his perspective, it's absolutely amazing. Both of these Widowmakers look insanely strong so far. These rounds are all playing out somewhat differently as well. Sometimes we see the close range, sometimes we see the mid range, sometimes we see the long range. Both these Widowmakers showing very dynamic and very strong play styles in this map.
They are. Remember, everybody, exclamation point donate in the chat if you want to help support Rise Above of this order. But Kira gonna open up here with that jump shot of their own, not able to find anybody yet. Zatnu now getting aggressive. Normally it's Kira the only one pushing through. Both Widowmakers gonna retreat a little bit here after getting right up in each other's face here on the side of coast. Kira going for the jump shot, not able to land just yet. The shot's going underneath bridge. Kira's now going to press in on it. The Widowmakers becoming visible to each other, but not needed for long, as Kira goes up 4-2 here, and match point for them.
Yeah, Zatnu may be caught a little bit off guard there by the sights being revealed, something that has not happened yet in this 1v1 up until that last round. By now, Kira, he is at match point. All he needs is one more nasty shot to lock himself into the finals.
He does, and getting real aggressive, keeping the stance, but they're going to get punished for it this time. 135 HP off the top of the head there. A pretty extensive haircut. Going to have a little bit left in the tank now, and they have to be careful. Zatnu has that full HP, has the good angle here on them, looking to get it. Oh, the railing getting in the way. There's the jump shot out of both, though. They're still right up close and personal, and there is Zatnu tying it up. Sorry, not tying it up, making it 3-4.
Yeah, trying to claw back from 4-2 is definitely possible, although it is very hard. I would love to see Zatnu do it, but it is going to be a very tough and uphill battle against Kira, who is currently sitting AFK in spawn, not asking for a pause or anything. Maybe this is just a strategy? I don't know. Oh, no, not a strategy. Not a strategy. Kira?
Maybe a disconnect. Let's go with that. We okay, we're gonna see what happened with that. At the moment, we're just gonna assume that was probably a disconnect, and we will see if they're gonna play out the last couple of that, or if that's just gonna be a forfeit win on the other side. In the meantime, though, we're gonna head over to our Discord tiers, figure out who our finalists are going to be there before and we'll let you guys know once we figure out the answer there. Our first match, though, we're gonna be seeing Julha from the Mob Mentality going up against Storm from Monarch. Julha had their 5-1 win over Canlises in round 2. And whew, that was a pretty big win for them. Storm, the 5-4 over Concept, very close. Both of these semifinalists had that round 1 bye, so they're not gonna have to. This will be their second match here today in the semifinals. The winner moving on to the finals.
Yeah, I remember Storm playing Concept, and both of those Widowmakers really looked for a lot of grapple shots. It wasn't every round, but it was most of the rounds the Widowmakers were just sitting on low ground, going for the grapple, dropping back down, sitting on low ground, waiting for the grapple, going up, but back down, like an elevator. So yeah. I'm interested to see if Storm is going to go for that play style again in this semifinals match or not.
That is true. Before we get in, a quick reminder, everybody, for the great charity we're supporting this week of Rise Above the Disorder! Charity. If you'd like to learn more about the great work they're doing here to help support people finding the mental health care they need, they can help you find support in your area and work with your insurance to find people within network. Please, !donate if you would like to help us in our brigade this week to raise $3,500 for this fantastic group. We're currently sitting at $2,730. Help us reach our goal here before the end of the week. But as I'm talking, Storm taking the quick first round there, up 1-0 over Julha.
Yes, he did. Happened pretty fast. Just like that round, Storm with laser point precision on these shots. I believe he has a 100% accuracy right now, just getting the initial shots in both of these rounds. Really, really clean play from him.
My goodness. And as Jula says, perfect time for you to disconnect. I wouldn't count on it just yet here, Jula. Storm dropping the "that's fair" in chat, which of course it is. Storm getting aggressive here on this first hole. Jula gonna try to get that jump shot in, neither connecting with it, getting real aggressive, but Jula gonna be prepared for it. Takes down Storm mid-air and brings this one 1-2.
Yeah, great shot from him. Punishing maybe a little bit of over-aggression there from Storm. Might need to pull out that respect me spray if you're Jula there, you know. Don't just grapple into Jula's face. Or, okay. You know, Storm, you know, he went too aggressive maybe in that last round, but then he just wins that one outright, just like he did the first 2 rounds. This guy's really good at Widowmaker.
Incredibly good. 3-1 so far have been... My strat didn't work, won't disconnect. I like it. Oh, but I like that shot too. 2-3. Fantastic job there to take Storm out of the sky. Still not run away with this yet. Storm needs to be careful. They're up 3-2 right now, but Jula's had some impressive shots.
Yeah, they definitely both have so far, and what looks to be perhaps a close match. And there it is, tied up by Jula. What a great shot. And the teabag. Clap it
very
up.
Nice. Very, very nice indeed. And 3-3. As you're saying, this one's still gonna give us something. Gonna really see what happens here yet. The jump shot from Storm's gonna hurt them in the end. Julha taking another one. 4-3. Oh my goodness, those were lightning fast rounds.
These rounds are going so fast. It's a close match, but it doesn't really feel like it at all because the Widows just kill each other on the first shot so many times. Such high accuracy from the 2 of these Widowmakers. It's something we haven't seen so far tonight.
has to be our highest one we've seen yet, right? There's no way it any other possibility. But as we are looking here for these Widowmakers, we're gonna see who's gonna get this first shot. Is this going to be the match point win for Julha, or is this going to be forcing the map 9 here from Storm? There's the jump shot coming out from Storm. Not able to find any. They're over there in Sombra's alley trying to get that angle on the Julha, who's over on coast, but nothing going to connect just yet. Both of them going through to each other. There's our jump shots going in, and there's the finish. Julha gonna turn this one around and give us the victory here, becoming your first Discord tier finalist.
Yeah, what an amazing match between these two. Really, really close match. Really, really strong performances from the both of them. Just great play from both Julha and Storm there. Julha from Mob Mentality and Storm from Monarch. But Julha, one player does have to advance, and that is Julha. And he gets to play either Lazuli or Louise. Lazuli from the Flying Lions and Louise from Q for Quarantine in our next semifinals match.
That is so. While we're getting that lobby set up, though, I am going to give a quick little rundown for anybody new here with our broadcast. We're up to 123 viewers. That's really awesome, guys. Thank you so much for all the support tonight. We are streaming this week for the Rise Above the Disorder group. Rise Above the Disorder is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping making mental health care accessible to anybody everywhere. Together, we'll help create a sustainable, universal mental health care system that is open to everybody with everybody's help and support. They've managed to help over 36,000 people so far overcome their mental disorder. Please, ! Donate in the chat. This is such a very important cause. A big thank you again to all of our fantastic donations and donors tonight. Ragnarok Gaming gave us a great gift there from their organization. Anguish with the insane donations tonight. A big thank you again to Anglish and to King Crimson for their donations. So ! Donate if you want to help support us, and ! Charity if you would like to learn more here about Rise Above the Disorder. But now we're getting in to our final Discord tier semifinal matchup. We're going to see Lazuli, OW, the Overwatch player, going up against Luis from Q for Quarantine. Lazuli, the 5-0 over 9volt in the last round. But Luis having to win 2 fights. Took down Yuno from X-Ray in the first round 5-3, and then took down Juice from Mechanize in a close 5-4. And we're going to see who can get the better of the semifinal matchup.
Yes, we are, and so far it seems that both the Widowmakers opting for the Sombra's alley side, except Lazuli now grappling across. We're going to see a long-range battle between the two of them. Missed shots on both sides as Louise maybe looks to close the distance a little bit.
Our Luis going for the jump shot, but Lazuli ready for it. Crosshair positioned. You have been probed, they say. And going up 1-0 here, a fantastic shot for them. Lazuli let me go back and double check before I say this. I don't believe they have dropped a part yet here. Up 6-0 so far.
Yeah, no, Lazuli has not. He had a bye, and then he had a 5-0 victory that we saw earlier. So yeah, Lazuli currently undefeated on the Widow. Louise looking to turn that around with a 1080, 1920 flick shot. Not exactly working out for him there. And not entirely sure what is going on so far in this round.
Not either. Oh, okay. The hook shot trying to go through there from Louise. Not able to connect. I think they ended up smacking their head right into the top of the high ground there and falling right into Lazuli's crosshair. Going down 2-0. Lazuli still haven't been killed yet. Looking incredibly strong here so far, but Luis has lots of time to turn this around.
He certainly does, and he's looking to do that right now. With a little bit of a flank, we might see a close range battle here.
Yes, it is. Luis going up on the high ground right above Lazuli, who's trying to get the shot now from this low ground, using the light post as a little bit of some coverage. They're going to jump up to the high ground, try to get the flick through, and oh, there it is. Another headshot. Lazuli up 3-0 so far, and just really looking so dominant.
And Luis with a no chance, bro. Check their PC in match chat.
Wow. Go ahead and let's get the 2.5 out. We're going to see some disciplinary actions later from some accusations from Lazuli OW. But before then, they can at least get a couple more map wins under their belt so far. Of course, I am just kidding for Lazuli, who's been fantastic tonight. Looking to try to keep this perfect game streak alive. Haven't dropped a map yet, not looking to drop one now. We're seeing Luis really just trying to avoid a lot of damage up top, avoiding shots. Nobody really getting a really good angle on each other yet, but yeah, okay, you know, there's one way to not get hit, and it's just to have a dance party on the point there. All right, each one going for I think the 13, hold on, what's 360 times 8? Let me do a math real quick, Needle.
Did you pull out the calculator?
Pull out the calculator. That's a 2880 that we're seeing out of both of these players. Lazuli getting the headshot, going up 4-0. Both of them dizzy in the chat. More than understandable. A lot of rotations there.
Yeah. I don't really know what's going on at this point, Booth. I think these guys are just having their fun now. You know, Luis maybe trying to take a little bit seriously at the beginning of this round, but once he gets into close, okay, never mind. It's over. It's over. Lazuli wins 5-0 again. Currently 10-0 so far in the bracket.
Yeah, they're going to be moving on to the finals to take on Julha of Mob Mentality, and Lazuli Overwatch definitely playing the video game pretty well here. We're going to see their play the game here, as I think this is one of their hook shots, if I remember correctly. Checking on the oh no, it was one of the hook shots from Luis that they are able to come back on them with. But that's going to round out your Discord tier finalists there. We're going to be coming back to them here in just a little bit. Before then, though, we need to figure out who's going to be going to the finals for the Transcendence tier. We're going to have Kairos from Battalion going up against Tasuke from Ember. Tasuke with a 5-0 in the first round and a 5-1 in round 2 over Kraken from Praxis and Joseph from the Lijiang Legion, respectively. But Kairos having the 5-3 win over Dr. Tepper from the Arctic Foxes in round 2. So we're going to see who is going to be our first finalist tonight. Tasuke definitely seeming to be one of the favorites with their pretty dominant 10-1 map differential.
Yeah, definitely. Both Kairos and Tasuke looked great in their matches that we saw earlier. I'm really excited to see this matchup. I'm not really sure who's going to win at all. I think this is a pretty even matchup between these two hit scans, both of them hailing from pretty strong trans tier teams. Tasuke from Ember and Kairos from Battalion. So I'm pretty interested to see in how this match is going to turn out. It might be another one of those round 9ers.
I would love to see that here as we open up the door peek happening for Tasuke. Not able to find Kairos, but there's the first jump shot going through. Neither able to find it, but both Widowmakers aggressive to say the least, pushing right towards each other. The high ground being held by Kairos, not helping them so far though. Tasuke able to get a good bit of damage onto Kairos, who's still trying. Both Widowmakers spamming, but now damage coming back the other way. Tasuke ends up falling because of it. 2 quick shots there out of Kairos, and they go up 1-0.
Yeah, Kairos with the nerves of steel there. Doesn't care that he's on low HP. Hits 2 shots in a row and takes Tasuke out. That's a really, really good performance from him. Good statement win in the first round.
Yes, it is. And now we're going to see, just trying to shave some paint off the wall there. Shot going right by Kairos' head. Getting aggressive though. Grappling over to the top of the bridge. Getting hit in the process, but the headshot soon to follow. And Kairos going up 2-0 here over Tasuke.
Yeah, great showing from Kairos so far. In his past match, he lost the first round and then had to turn it around a little bit. But here, just out of the gates, he's looking strong. Up 2-0. Really good performance so far from both these Widowmakers, but especially Kairos with some really good shots so far.
Kairos doing a great job, and oh man, 3-0 now for Kairos. They are looking insane here in this 1v1. Tasuke, though, if anyone so far would be able to turn this one back around, they seem to be one of the pretty dominant ones, and it definitely could be them. Tasuke gonna take a pretty early grapple over towards the alley of Sombra. Kairos ended up going in that direction too. There's the hook shot coming out from Tasuke, not able to find anything, taking some health away from them in the process. Only about 10 HP remaining for them, and there we go. Tasuke with just a couple HP in a dream, able to get the grapple shot off of their own and bring this one 3-1.
Yeah, Tasuke down but not out there. Now down 1-3, a differential that can definitely be cleaned up pretty quickly. We could be looking at a 3-3 game in just 2 rounds if Tasuke hits his shots. So this might still be a close game yet.
Just got a notification that I've been saying Tasuke the whole time, and it's Tescu. My apologies there, Tescu. You need... I knew a Tasuke before, so I was going off of that pronunciation. But while I was having a little bit of some internal conflict there on my literary skills, we see them taking a second part there, bringing it 2-3 now. Definitely a momentum swing so far.
Yeah, it definitely is. Both of these Widowmakers get some pretty nasty shots back and forth. You know, initially Kairos up 3-0, but now Tescu bringing it back a little bit, or Tescu, sorry. But Kairos taking the round, now up 2 rounds against Tescu. Match point for him.
There it is, 4-2. Gonna be a lot for Tescu to do to come back in this. They need to win 3 in a row, and Kairos going straight in. Oh my goodness, almost grappling straight into Tescu's sight lines to open up. But now both our Widowmakers going over to the right side of the map here, going on to coast, seeing what they can find. Win a couple of small grapple shots, but Kairos has the high ground advantage at the moment with the grapple up here for Tescu. Will they be able to get the shot up? There it is. They take a short little jump to close this gap, and now with both Widowmakers going to be getting each other's sight lines. There's our first shots. The body shots not registering, of course, headshots only tonight, but both the Widowmakers getting even closer. Kairos trying to close the ground, getting 1-2 shots, cleaning this one up, and they are going to be our first finalist here of the night in the Transcendence tier.
Yeah, Tescu firing back a little bit there, but not enough to take out Kairos. Kairos advancing to the finals, and he has looked great so far in this bracket in his match against Dr. Tepper, and now his match against Tescu, looking really strong so far. But there is another side of the bracket that we have to watch, the final semifinals match, unless something in the Harmony tier happens. Don't know exactly what's going on because somebody disconnected. But we have Dragon from Dirt versus my teammate Legalots from the Ghostly Peppers.
That it is Dragon getting the close 5-4 victory over Delphi in round 2, taking down Canned Potato from Tempest in round 1, 5-3 off stream. Some close matches for them, but Legalots kind of had a pretty unexpected journey here, taking down Orsted, from Godhand in round 1, definitely an upset, and then taking down Fredmaster 5-3 as well. So both of these with the same map differential going in, and really going to be anybody's game as we go in. It's going to be a fight to see who gets that final spot in the Transcendence tier finals. You see Legalots taking that spawn hold they seem to really like, but Dragon's going to get more aggressive, go onto the top of high ground here on the coast side, waiting to see. They must have been watching the stream. They seem they have the angle held right on this room for Legalots, who might be in some trouble to get out of here.
Yeah, spending too long in spawn might just bite Legalots in the butt here, but now we get a close-range battle in Sombra's headquarters booth.
Is this the first time we've seen a spawn fight?
I think this is the second time, but it's definitely a rare occurrence.
Incredibly rare. Legalots sticking to stick with them and maybe bite them in the butt here. They take the first shot. Pretty low HP, just 16 remaining. Dragon getting aggressive and going in to finish them off, and they do. 1-0 there in our first round here in our last semifinal of the night.
Oh, and Legalots saying in match chat that he almost got removed for inactivity.
Oh, that's the worst feeling whenever you're playing a Widowmaker 1v1.
Yeah, well, that is kind of what happens when you sit and spawn like Legolas has opted to do so far. Dragon again going for a different angle this time, assuming that Lego is going to be in spawn, not hearing anything so far, but now he knows Lego has gone to the coast.
It is. We see Dragon getting very close, both of them just missing each other slightly with these long angles. We see Legolas kind of rotating around to the backside now, flipping spawns, but Dragon's going to keep holding this high ground, trying to get an angle onto Legolas if they can. They're going to rotate towards each other now. First shot's just missing. There comes the grapple, though, from Dragon. Not able to connect as now both Widowmakers are aware of each other, and Dragon holding that sight line first and picking off Legolas as soon as they become visible.
Yeah, Dragon looking great so far in this match. Now up 2-0, but who was also up 2-0 against Legolas? It was Fredmaster, and Legolas pulled it back and won 5-3. So Lego is not a quitter. He has a chance to bring it back here, but he's opting for the same strategy, just sitting in spawn round after round.
I mean, it got him here this far so far, but if they go down 3-0 here, it's going to be tough for them to come in. And then a quick update here in regards to our Harmony tier finals. It seems we're having some trouble getting in touch with Kura. We maybe think they have lost power or something like that. So there's going to be a forfeit win for Zatnu, who's going to be going on to the finals versus Magic Otter. And here back into the Transcendence tier, Dragon taking a 3-0 lead so far here on to Legolas. Legolas needs to do something here to change things up because it's not looking too great for them so far.
Yeah, 3 strong rounds for Dragon, and Lego continues to sit in spawn and play behind this little workbench and just hold the angle. Not entirely sure how this is going to work out for him. He decides to leave his little hermit hole, advance, and explore the world of Castillo in this round.
That we do, and now we see both the Widowmakers here over on the blue side spawn, getting real close up to each other. Legolas, almost losing their head there at the end. Dragon getting real aggressive, going straight after them. Oh my goodness, both Widowmakers now on the low ground. Legolas having to retreat back a little bit, but holding a good angle here, waiting to see now that both of these Widowmakers have become visible to each other. An aggressive jump hook there from Legolas. Dragon not able to capitalize yet, but they do have the high ground here. They're going to have to get the point here pretty soon. There's a control point going to be unlocking, and there we go. Legolas picking up their first kill here for this Widowmaker 1v1, 3-1. Is this the time now for Legolas to turn things around?
It might just be, Booth. It might just be. But going down 0-3 is really rough, but if you can pull it back, you can pull it back. And it's happened before, and it might just happen again here in this match.
Yes, it might, but what also could be happening now is we could have some exclamation point donates in the chat to help support Rise Above the Disorder, everybody. Thank you again, everybody that has donated so far. Help support this fantastic cause that we have. And back in, Legolas now, not going to be holding in spawn as long as he has been doing so far tonight. Now, with 27 seconds left, this is definitely one of the slower rounds we've seen out of these two.
Yeah, it definitely has been. The point might just almost unlock again as it did last round. I'll be interested to see which Widowmaker decides to go to point first, because that might just decide who's going to win this round.
Yes, it will. And now both Widowmakers available to each other. Dragon had the advantage last time with this over Legolas, who's holding this corner now. This is really going to be tough on Legolas. That's what's sometimes going to happen with that. Unfortunately, they had the angle. Legolas had to peek through first, and they were able to. They were picked off at the end for it. And now 4-1 here for Dragon. This is match point now. Legolas still holding that door, and just missing. There was Dragon deciding to take them on here in the spawn room. Initial fight. We might get one of our first shots from it. Legolas taking the 174 damage on the shot. 1 HP and a dream left. They need everything to come back around now. Dragon with the advantage here on the high ground. Lego in spawn, holding on some crouch. Be careful that we're not room for inactivity yet again, Lego. 27 seconds remaining, and there they are, coming right out of spawn after it, doing their best. All it needs is just a tickle from Dragon and Legolas for fall, but both these Widowmakers still moving around the map.
Yeah, but it's really not looking good here for Lego. He's pinned down by Dragon, and there it is, a 5-1 victory for Dragon, advancing in to the Transcendence tier Widowmaker finals.
That it is. They're going to be going up against Kairos from Battalion here pretty shortly. But now that we have all 3 of our final matches set, we're going to be heading back over to the Harmony tier to see who is going to be our champion for this Widowmaker 1v1 tournament from the Harmony tier. We're going to be seeing, is it going to be Magic Otter from Void, or is it going to be Zatnu from Phantasmal? Both of these players have had a very fantastic route getting here. Magic Otter taking down Retro from Strix and Gecko from Boop, and then Zatnu having take down Kura from Firefight, and taking down Yoon from the Jetpack Cats, and Stonky from the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I went down the wrong path there. Zatnu took down Kura from Firefight, took down King Yakko from Game of Throws, and then Sepolar Bar, I think is how you would pronounce that, from Modify. But as we get in here now, this is it. This is what these players have been fighting for all night. Who will be our Harmony tier champion? Is it going to be Magic Otter, or is it going to be Zatnu?
Yes, indeed, Booth. And that's Super Polar Burr from Modify, I believe.
Okay.
But Magic Otter versus Zatnu is our finals matchup. A bit of a shame we didn't get to see the rest of Kura versus Zatnu due to Kura disconnecting. But now we get to see Zatnu coming out strong, winning the first round within the first 5 seconds.
You know, I feel like that's been Zatnu's play all night. We've always seen them getting some of those really early, very quick round wins and not wasting any time there. They're going to go out and they're going to go up on this coast high ground. Magic Otter going to be doing the same thing, and we're going to see who gets closer. Zatnu getting real aggressive right on top of Magic Otter. They weren't able to respond to it yet, but now both Widowmakers falling inadvertently into each other's presence yet again. Zatnu, though, gonna retreat back furthest. There's the jump shot from them, and fantastic shot from Zatnu, able to pick up Otter, and they go up 2-0.
Yeah, and it's just every single round Zatnu wins. He puts down that respect me spray. Such a sign of dominance. You know, teabagging, some would consider that, a sign of dominance.
Oh my goodness.
Some would consider teabagging a sign of dominance, but Zatnu, he doesn't need teabagging. He teabags too, but he has his spray, he has his grapple shots. This guy is great.
It's kind of all you can ask for here as a caster for the Widowmaker 1v1s. Up 3-0 here so far. Can they continue this dominant performance? Magic was accidentally caught in the plant there on the sign. Thank goodness they could get free, or that would have been pretty unfortunate. And now over in Sombra's Alley, the one shot they need here in the round to take off Zatnu, and good job from them to bring this one 3-1 now. They said, I'm not going down without a fight.
Yeah, Magic Otter trying to claw back here. Being down 0-3 is pretty rough, but he's down but not out. Unless Zatnu decides to hit some more crazy grapple shots here, which he's shown that he is pretty capable of so far in this tournament.
Yes, he has, and now we're pushing back in again. Over here on the coast side, Magic Otter getting aggressive with this hold. Zatnu seeming to have the angle, but they're going to give up some of the high ground and go for a jump shot of their own. Not able to connect with it. Magic Otter just missing on the edge. Here comes some more grapple shots coming out from Zatnu. Magic Otter again just missing as Zatnu goes underneath the bridge. Both these Widowmakers decking it out. Just a few more seconds before they're going to be able to see each other through the walls, and as it happens, another jump shot coming out from Zatnu. They really seem to like this, and now control point going to be unlocking very shortly for these Widowmakers. They're going to have to start moving themselves towards the point. There's the first connection. Zatnu taking away most of the HP of Magic Otter. Just needs a little bit more, and Nutmeg through the statue to finish them off. 4-1 here. They are one more headshot away from being the Harmony tier champion.
What an aggressive play. Grapple shotting while sights are up. Zatnu asks for respects of his opponents, but he gives them none in these matches.
Magic Otter, though, prepared to bounce back 4-2. Fantastic job there. Quick shout-outs. Mix Ready Overwatch with the $10. Thank you, Mix. And then to our wonderful Needle here on the cast for $5. Thank you for the donation, dear Needle.
What?
We very much appreciate it.
I didn't
not
donate.
you?
I didn't donate.
Okay,
well,
somebody donated in your name. I was gonna say, like, wow, you didn't like even break at all when you were talking the whole time. That was pretty good. Oh, and speaking of not breaking, Zatnu taking the quick win there, and they will be your Harmony tier champions here in the Widowmaker 1v1s. Fantastic job there to Zatnu, but shout out indeed to Magic Otter. A fantastic job making it this far. Thank you so much for playing in the Widowmaker 1v1s tonight, but we're going to see more Zatnu later as they're going to be competing in a free-for-all match here against our winners in the Discord and the Transcendence tier finals, which are just coming up right after this. We're going to be going over to see, is Jula from the Mob Mentality going to be your champion in the Discord tier, or is it going to be Lazuli from the Flying Lions? Both of these players have had a good path of getting here tonight. Jula taking out Storm from Monarch and Canlises from NYAA, and then Lazuli, of course, having taken down Luis from Q from Quarantine and 9Volt from Gravity. Lazuli yet to drop a map yet. Is this the time for Jula to do this? Sorry, not even drop a map, drop a point yet tonight. So is Jula gonna be the one to take a map off of them? We are going to see.
Yeah, I definitely think that Jula has a good chance to take at least a point off of Lazuli. Hopefully more than a point. I love to see the close matches. I love the 4-5s that we've been seeing a lot so far tonight. I hope we get to see another one of these games here between these two, but we might just not see that. We might see another shutout win for Lazuli. He has looked amazing so far.
That we did, and a special thank you from Juke with the $10.69. I wanted the top donation, but I can't beat 400. Tell this guy to stop showing off. I will not tell Anguish to stop showing off. I'm just gonna tell Anguish again thank you for their donation, but thank you very much for your donation, Juke. Very much appreciated. As we get back into the action here, Lazuli and Jula going in. We have 20 seconds left here before this control point unlocks. We're gonna have the outlines for our characters outlined here in a second, but Lazuli gonna be able to flick over and take down Jula as they fly across the screen here, and Lazuli still yet to be killed.
And that he is 11-0 currently in this Widowmaker bracket. Who is going to take a point off this guy? Because it has to be Jula, otherwise Lazuli is going to win. So.
Because I'm pretty sure if Lazuli makes it to the free-for-all, we're not going to count those as losses or deaths there. But there it is, the first death for Lazuli. Jula getting the headshot in, giving us the well-played. And finally, Lazuli going to drop their first point of the night. But we're still tied 1-1 here in our Discord tier finals.
Yeah, we are. And both these Widowmakers still playing very aggressively. Lazuli, just like that, is already in the lead again. Both of these Widowmakers spraying and doing the shaking left to right, shaking their heads no after they kill each other.
Jula with the fantastic tip there that Alt F4 lets you jump even higher. I thought that was the case, but I'm pretty sure Alt F4 was also the way to boost your FPS in Overwatch. And everybody give that a try. Like you can give !donate a try in the chat to help support our fantastic charity for Rise Above the Disorder. But in the meantime, Jula showing that Lazuli doesn't just bleed in one spot, but in two, ties it up here 2-2 with a fantastic headshot there as we move into our 5th point.
Yeah, maybe Kura decided to use that Alt F4 FPS boost strategy in the Harmony tier, unfortunately. But yeah, this has been a great match so far between the two of these. Lazuli is bleeding against Jula, losing his first 2 rounds, and we are tied up 2-2. Both of these Widowmakers playing a slow game this round.
Yeah, they're slowing things down. They're seeing the, kind of the weight of what's going on. This is the first time Lazuli's had a challenge, and the first time Lazuli has been down all night. Jula, three in a row, if I'm not, no, 3 in a row, right? I think they definitely won the last 2. I think Lazuli went up 2-0. Do I have that right?
I think so. I think you're right, yeah.
Regardless, I mean, the first time Lazuli has been losing tonight at all. So Jula definitely keeping them on their toes, to say the least. And as we push in even further now, We're going to see who is going to be able to take this 6th round here. Is Lazuli going to tie things up, or is Jula going to go up?
Yep, and that we will. And both these Widowmakers playing another slow game, just like last round. The point may unlock this round. Jula's dancing all around the map, sneaking around, trying to get through, but sights come up in just 3 seconds, and a big dink onto Lazuli.
It is not enough to finish them off. Only 135 HP shaved off the top of the head. Both sightlines available here to the Widowmakers. Lazuli just peeking around the edge. Oh, what a flick. Fantastic shot to tie things up 3-3 now. I was going to move on to our 7th point.
Yeah, nice clutch there from Lazuli. I just realized we haven't seen any C9s all night. Kind of hoping we see a C9 in one of these finals matches, but I don't think we're going to.
That would be the time to see it. But here we go, match point now for Jula as they take this lead 4-3 here over Lazuli. Lazuli needs to get these last 2, or this is the end. This could be the winner now for Jula, holding a very good angle onto Lazuli, just missing that headshot with a well-placed jump there from Lazuli. But oh my goodness, it's getting so close here. The jump shots begging to come out, and there it is. Jula, your Discord tier champion here. The upset, I would probably say here, over Lazuli, winning 5-3.
Yeah, Lazuli 10-0, taken down by Jula. A great showing from both of these Widowmakers in the bracket. Very strong showing from Discord tier overall, but Lazuli upset despite having some amazing shots, just like that play of the game. What a great shot from him, but it was not enough to win the match. Jula is Discord tier Widowmaker 1v1 champion. Very deserved, very strong performance from him tonight, Booth.
Yes, it has been. Again, that is Jula from the Mob Mentality, your Discord tier champion. They're going to be going up against Zatnu from Phantasmal and the winner of our next match here in a 3v3 elimination tournament very shortly. But before then, we need to crown our Discord tier champion. We have Kairos from Battalion going up against Dragon from Dirt. Kairos with an impressive win last round against Tescu from Ember. I almost said it the wrong way again. And then they also had the 5-3 win over Dr. Tepper from the Arctic Foxes. Dragon, a 5-3 win over Legolas from the Ghostly Peppers, and a 5-4 win over Delphi from the Decapitators. And again, a round 1 win over Canned Potato from Tempest. So quite a journey for them to get here. But it's going to end here for one of these 2 Widowmakers. Dragon versus Kairos, Transcendence Tier Finals.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen Dragon really been tested so far.
Hold on.
Oh, what happened?
Anguish with another $100 donation. What on? Okay, hold on. Let's do some mental math. This is insane. I can't. Anguish, thank you again so much from the bottom of all of our hearts. This has been absolutely just breathtaking. To witness all of this. Thank you so very much, Anguish. That brings us up to $28.55 and 69 cents towards our goal of $3,500. Thank you everybody for donating so far, and just again, thank you so much for all you've done here for Rise Against Disorder. But now we're getting into the match here, 1-0 up so far. We're gonna see Kairos taking that first round there against Dragon.
Yes, we did, and what I was trying to say earlier is that Dragon has played against 2 flex supports in his past 2 rounds up to this point, which is pretty interesting. But Kairos has looked insanely good, and so has Dragon so far. Kairos up 1-0, looking for the close range battle here against Dragon.
That we are, and now as we go in, here comes our grapple shot there from Dragon, just missing onto Kairos up top. Ends up getting the kill though, now up 2-0. Looking pretty good here in this Transcendence Tier final so far.
Yeah, Kairos has been really up in pretty much every round he's played so far in all of his matches. He was only down in his first match against Dr. Tepper, but ever since then, he's been taking leads against these players who are really strong hitscans in the Transcendence tier. Kairos really showing his prowess on Widowmaker so far.
Yes, they have. And Dragon getting aggressive over top, jumping right above Kairos, taking a couple of shots, and just missing. These Widowmakers so close to each other, but none really having those initial shots on target just yet for my other soccer football fans out there. And there's Dragon getting their first point win here of this 1v1, tying it up 2-1.
Widowmaker.
Yep, fighting back a little bit there against Kairos. This looks like it might be a round 9er, perhaps, to finish it off. You know, the finals of the Transcendence tier. I would really love to see another round 9er. We haven't seen one for a little while, you know. We've seen some 5-3s, some 5-2s, but we haven't seen a 5-4 in a good little bit.
I would love to see that here in our final 1v1 of the night here to crown our Transcendence tier champion. Will it be Dragon? Will it be Kairos? Right now, both of them on the high ground, getting real close to each other. Kairos going to land 2 shots here and take the 3-1 lead now over top of Dragon, sitting pretty, at least here so far, in this first to 5.
Yeah, definitely a strong lead for Kairos so far. Dragon is down, but not out, though. All he needs is 2 rounds, and then it's tied again. So it really is still anyone's game, but Kairos has looked so incredible so far in the bracket, and is looking even better in the finals match.
Yes, they have. There's the grapple shot from Kairos over on those coast stairs, getting them actually right in the sightlines of Dragon. Both Widowmakers, though, not able to connect yet until the middle of the point. Dragon is able to take out Kairos, and now we're at 3-2, and getting things even closer here so far as we go to our 6th point here in this 1v1.
Yeah, that 2-round advantage that Kairos has, boom, already down to 1. Dragon just needs to hit his shots, and then we can have a tied game. But both of these Widowmakers, they are looking very incredible. Kairos with a double dink headshot, 2 shots in a row, takes out Dragon and cements his lead. It's back. He's up 4-2. It's match point for Kairos. He is 1 round away from being the Transcendence tier Widowmaker Season 6 Tranquility champion.
Let's add some more names to that if we can. Dragon needs to win 3 in a row here to grab that crown for themselves. Kairos looking to end this one as early as they can with those jump shots with the grapple hook. Not able to find Dragon just yet, who's playing a little passive. Now both Widowmakers have found each other in the bottom. We're going to see Dragon falling a bit more defensive here towards Sombra's alley, actually. Both Widowmakers very close. Dragon getting very aggressive, actually, with this grapple straight onto point. Kairos just dancing around the map, not even attempting to shoot. They don't need it. There it is. Kairos winning here, and they will be your Transcendence tier champions.
Yep, very, very strong performance from Kairos. Dragon tried the best he could, but it was not enough. Kairos looked absolutely incredible all throughout this bracket, and again in the finals. And that is our final winner of the night for the finals. We do still have a bonus round of sorts where the champions of Harmony tier, Discord tier, and Transcendence tier will face off in a 1v1v1 format. But again, congratulations to Kairos as well as Jula from Mob Mentality and Discord tier, and Zatnu from Phantasmal in the Harmony tier, the 3 Widowmaker 1v1 champions of the night.
It is. Congratulations to all 3. We're going to see who gets to take the full crown here as the Widowmaker 1v1 champion here across all of Tranquility. But really quickly, wanted to let you guys know of a new donation reward you can accept. Anzi and Greninja are going to be doing the 2v2 tournament here on Thursday night on this channel, and they are going to be taking meme comp suggestions for a small donation to rise above this order for $5. So for $5, you can suggest suggest you can give them one of the comps they will be running in the 2v2 tournament. That's !donate in the chat if you would like to have that reward in tonight. Greninja saying, please don't make me play Widow. So I'll probably be donating $5 after this to force them onto a double sniper composition. I hope somebody will join me with that. But as we're getting ready, we're going over to this free-for-all setup here between Julhov, Satnu, and Kairos to see who gets to wear the crown. I wish I could do a double Widow there, Anzi. That would be, I would totally be into that, but I don't think Mr. Yeti is going to allow me to change the rules just yet. I will be fighting for that, though, as these Widowmakers are going to be fighting to see who gets to wear the crown of Widowmaker champion.
Yeah, and I believe last season we had an upset victory. Maybe it was season 4. I think I'm thinking of season 4. The Discord tier player, I believe it was Solely from Tailwind, would win the Widowmaker 1v1v1. So I'm interested to see if the Discord tier player this time, Jula, will win the 1v1v1. But it's pretty unlikely, knowing that Kairos is on the field and he is likely ready to show these Widowmakers who's boss.
That it is. Pretty slow start, honestly, so far for these Widowmakers. Jula getting both of the only 2 kills on the board 30 seconds in. This is going to be a 5-minute battle. First 3 kills, actually, looking pretty good there. But there's Zatnu picking up their first of the night. Jula making it 4, actually. And my goodness, really showing off here so far. Zatnu picking up a second, getting into the 1v1 battle that was happening. Picked off an unexpected Kairos in the back, who hasn't really had a good opportunity to get in and get a kill yet.
Yeah, these 1v1v1s are always a little bit crazy because, you're looking for a fight with one Widow, but then the other one gets in there, and, it can be really, really disorienting. So, Kairos seems like he's mainly going for flick shots so far in this kind of battle royale format.
There it is, Jula getting 5 and then 6, a quick double kill, cleaning the map away. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left up over Zatnu, who only has 3 kills here in our second place spot. Make that 4 kills. Kairos still yet to pick up one of their own. But, I mean, yeah, these 1v1v1s are so difficult to really deal with because at the moment, Kairos kind of going against 2. There's their first kill there onto Jula as they're taking on Zatnu now. And as our timer is going to keep ticking away, it's going to be a battle to see here. Can somebody reach Jula, who's currently still sitting on top, 6v4, as 2 of our Widowmakers getting very close to each other. Zula and Zatnu getting right in each other's faces. This is the perfect opportunity for Kairos to jump in, but they're a little too slow. Zatnu is able to get that initial pick there on the Jula. There's the jump shot as well. They're going to tie it up 6-6 here in this first place roll here with just 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Yeah, we're almost halfway done in the match, and I believe Kairos is just having his fun spinning around and not really looking for too many kills, but he gets taken out mid-air by Jula in the peripheral view. That was a good shot by him. I really don't think Kairos is taking this too seriously, but still, Jula and Zatnu look like they are, and they have shown some amazing performances so far in this 1v1v1.
They have. There's Jula picking up another. They're up 2 kills over Zatnu, 8-6. Going for the jump shot, 360. I respect the drip there. And oh, good kill there on to Kairos as well. Going for it again. Please let one of these hit. Almost taking down Zatnu in the process, who's trying to get that 7th kill. They're still climbing. 1:50 left. A lot of time for them. There's one on to Kairos. The jump shot coming out from Jula again, and they hit it in the air. They go into double digits now. 10 kills with the jump shot, 360.
Yeah, Jula cementing a pretty strong lead, and as Kairos continues to flail around like a fish out of water in this 1v1v1, it's just looking to be a pretty close match. More of a 1v1 between Zatnu and Jula at this point, as Kairos is having his fun.
That they are. 10-8 now, 1 minute and 18 seconds left. There's a big kill though from Jula. making it 11-8 now. It's really going to come down to Zatnu here in this last minute 10. Can they get the kills they need, or are we going to have the Discord tier player as our overall champion yet again? Kairos with quite a spin move there. My goodness, really testing out the DPI. Our Jula and Zatnu picking up one apiece. Kairos just, you know, making the hard mode shot. There's the 2880 shot we were talking about earlier. Not able to connect just yet, but very close there out of our sides. Just 40 seconds remaining. Zatnu needs to kick it in gear now if they want to make it.
Yeah, and as this continues to go on, it appears Zatnu is showing no more mercy on Kairos, who Kairos is not really playing Widowmaker at this point. He's just playing Beyblades. Oh, it is tied up.
Not at all. It's tied up. 12-12 now. 20 seconds left. And oh, there it is. Zatnu goes up 13-12 now. 14-12. Zatnu insane at the end. 4 successive kills to put them on top of the leaderboard. Jula needs to get 2 quickly. Kairos just going to clear their score off the board. Make it a clean 0. And like that, Zatnu from out of nowhere able to pick up the win. And the Harmony tier winner, Zatnu from Phantasmal, will be your Tranquility Widowmaker 1v1 champion.
Yeah, and that was a very interesting very interesting 5 minutes to watch.
Oh my goodness.
I quite enjoyed Kairos' little ballet performance he gave for us there with the 0-14 stat line for him. Very fun.
Very fun indeed. Thank you to all 3 of them. Congratulations again out to Jula from Mob Mentality, your Discord tier winner, and to Kairos from Battalion, your Transcendence winner. And then, of course, the final shout out to Zatnu from Phantasmal. You're not only the Harmony tier winner in the Widowmaker 1v1s, but the winner here in all of Tranquility. The bragging rights for quite a while. Congratulations all around. But thank you to everybody tonight for all that you have done. This has been an absolutely just mind-blowing night in terms of donations. We're up to $28.55 towards our goal of 3,500. I believe we passed over the margin here as well, that we are going to see the D&D campaign run by our very own BethCon for some of the administration and moderator teams. So be on the lookout for that. Most likely in the off season, I believe, is when we said that's going to happen. But take a peek on. We have some new rewards available to you guys. There's a Cavalier AMA for $5. Ask your Tranquility Commissioner Cavalier anything. Your questions will be asked and answered. Again, TBA in the future. You have lots of other great rewards. I mentioned the new one for picking Greninja and Anzi's comp for Thursday, which reminds me, we have more events here for the rest of the week. We have tomorrow night the Torb Hammer Only Brawl and the Ana Paintball. I guess Brawl again tournament would probably be the right word for that. That's going to be going live tomorrow night at 8:30 here on our Twitch channel. And then on Thursday, similar to how tonight's format ran, we're going to have a 2v2 elimination tournament starting here on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Our first round will be not broadcasted because we wouldn't be able to get through all night. I would be casting well into the morning if we did that. And then, of course, to round everything back out, we're going to have our admin pugs on Friday starting at 7 p.m. because last time we went well past my bedtime and we needed to start things a little bit earlier. But please, thank you again to everybody for all the donations we've had this week. Going to give the quick shout outs to our big donors tonight. Anguish with, I can't even count how much you were able to donate tonight. Thank you so much for all of your donations. To Ragnarok for the donation, for Juke, for whoever cosplayed as Needle tonight, Mix Ready, to Jimbo, to Juice, to King Crimson for their fantastic donation, to Artemis and to Laggy, to everybody else that's donated this week, to everybody that will in the future. It's a fantastic cause. Thank you for everything. Let's reach this goal as quick as we can. And Needle, is there anything you want to say here before we sign off for the night?
I think you summed it all up pretty well, Booth. Just make sure that everybody who's still in the chat, who's still hanging around after the matches, make sure you guys type donate and donate to Rise Above the Disorder if you are able to. It is appreciated. Every dollar counts, as we are so close, over 80% of the way towards our goal of making Bard have a hot sauce challenge. So
Yes.
I would really love to see that.
I would love to see that as well. Hopefully all of that here in the future, guys. Make sure you're tuning in for the rest of event week. For Booth, Needle, and Laggy on the production, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow night.